Holy cripes.
More
Molson
cowbell,
wants
more cowbell.
I was going to say he wants more cowbell.
What's cooking?
Good evening, everybody. That was some? Let me tell you something. What are we up to? 48 weeks?
This is 49.
49. Okay, so 48 previous shows. I don't think we've had any bad music, but that one was really nice.
It's debatable.
All right. Well, okay. You're so damn opinionated.
I know.
Mr. Positive. Mr. Positive up there.
What do you want me to tell you? You know, but no, that was good music, man.
It was.
It
Shane
charges you up.
For those of you who don't know, Shane can't make it tonight. He's working his ass off tonight. He's doing what he's got to do, you know, and we appreciate him keeping those things up in the air flying and keeping everybody happy. But he did pick out the music tonight. So to our buddy Shane, thank you. We appreciate it.
And earlier it was the reason we were late. There's two options. All right, one is Beer Snack was drinking too much and forgot where the button was, or number two, we were deciding what Shane's punishment was. And I'm gonna go with we're deciding what Shane's punishment was because, yeah.
We started talking. We forgot about the clock, and that's why I said, "Man, this is just like the old Discord days." We just started talking. And
50 lashes with LMR 400.
Yeah,
but we will not continue the pre-show conversation on the YouTube channel. But the truth is, the reason why we're late is because Beer Snack forgot to press go. So sorry, Snack. I ratted you.
It happens. Dick.
So, speaking of Dick, Joe Brett, how was your week?
Oh, damn! The man got his 1K. The man got that. Thank you. Shoot him out. Kick him out. Put him in timeout. Joe Brett, congratulations. 1K. 1K.
Oh yeah. Thank you, everybody, for helping with that.
Absolutely.
Golf clap. There you go.
I'm gonna do this is clapping.
Yeah, so now we got to come up with some giveaways. I don't want to do that. So we'll come up with something.
So do you have a YouTube channel or something? Is that what it is, Joe?
Yeah, I post every now and then. Do a little YouTube.
YouTube is old, man. I'm on TikTok now. That's so addictive.
He drops 8 videos. He drops 8 videos in 2 days and then walks away for like 3 months.
Well, see, I got Shane on YouTube, and then he started doing so much better than I did. So my master plan is get him to TikTok because he's doing so much better on TikTok than I am, and maybe I can get some more of the YouTube stuff and push him to another platform.
Well, here's the problem. Now, when I go to my TikTok, Shane and a few other guys come up right away. Joe Brett, you're at the algorithm cannot find you. I'm like, I gotta click on you to make you now come into my first.
It's all right, Joe. I got you on Instagram. It's okay.
Thank you.
Joe, don't worry. We're gonna be bringing back MySpace like we were talking about last week. So don't worry.
That'd be great.
Ooh. Bringing back MySpace.
What's that new one? What's the new Twitter competitor? What is it called? Truth Social? Isn't that Orange Man's new platform?
Or Truth or Dare?
I don't know. Whatever. We better not
play Truth or Dare. I just thought about it. We better not play Spin the Bottle or Truth or Dare on this show. I'll tell you all that right now.
7 minutes.
What are you afraid of?
Who do I don't want to kiss?
Beer Snack, what about you, man? How's your week?
So far it's been crazy. Spent the weekend in the Poconos. Went up on a snowy mountain, got caught in a snow squall coming down on a snowboard. I went snowboarding. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
I was snowboarding.
What's that cartoon again where it's the big guy in the snow there? Like, he's not a polar bear, he's not a Sasquatch, but you remember that? Like, from years ago, the book, I think it was, a cartoon book. Maybe somebody else knows. I have to find it.
The Abominable Snowman? I don't know.
Yes, that's it. Where I'm sure you look like maybe the Yeti.
I was going to say Shaq and Greg. But
I've never even seen a snowboard in person.
You've never seen a snowboard?
Nope.
Do you know
Ours.
what-
No, Southern boys have no clue.
Do you know what a snow squall is?
What? What?
'Cause
Why is he not?
Anybody hear that?
Steve,
Why are you hiding?
Got a chess session going on.
Oh,
We're almost wrapping up.
oh my goodness. Don't you have priorities? Tuesday nights is even Ham Radio Venture Guy is always here faithfully.
Correct.
Right.
And here you are, you book a test
Just
session in the middle.
give
of
him the answers and hurry it up.
He's probably in Florida still, I bet. And he's still here on time.
Right.
No excuse.
I was here on time. I was just
Ape
hiding
is
in the
here.
background.
Even Ape is here. Norm is here. I saw Kyle. We didn't even have to say Kyle 3 times. Kyle's here.
Yeah.
Kyle's here. Kurt's here. Andy Cowley's here. The gang.
Carlos is here.
Carlos is here. Scout 75 is our regulars. FEP Labs 45 Auto SKT.
Anime.
Mike's here. Hayden's here. Yes, it would. Bow. Just like in the dinner.
Oh, Aaron's here. Aaron. I will admit I received your package in the mail. I don't know about the rest of these moron.
I
guys
got
that I
got
love.
mine.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Mike Smith is here.
Smith?
Lindsay Hicks is here. North Aaron's here. Do we have? Oh my God, they're
Kyle's
all
here.
here.
All right. If you want to shout out, put a 1 in the chat. Izzo's going to try to go through them.
Nope.
Oh God, we're doing this now. Goodness gracious!
No.
Wrong show.
Wrong show.
Right.
That's that Saturday morning stuff, man.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at
That's
this.
that early
Look at
morning
this roll
weekend
call.
stuff.
Look at this roll call coming in.
I need a
Roll call.
coffee for that stuff. What about you, Steve? How's your week been, buddy?
My week has been good. I went out and did a little bit of POTA and got Carlos, and then he tells me he has a second operator. And I hear N8YO. And I'm like,
Oh
wait.
my God.
With a microphone?
Wait.
Sideband?
He does it sometimes. It's a rarity.
Yeah,
it's like seeing Sasquatch. It's a rarity.
It should really be a certificate on its own.
It should be.
It should be.
If
It really
you
should
work if you work Mike like one time, that should be the Diamond Award. And then if you hit him 10 times, it's sort of like like what POTA
The platinum.
does. The
Oh,
platinum.
he called me. He called me on a POTA. Like, he called me. It wasn't me working. He called me to hunt me, and I'm like,
That's even
Did I-
more bonus points.
repeat your call sign. N8 what?
Oh, Carlos, if you've got that on video, that's going to be great.
He
brother.
needs N8YO. We need to come up with it with a. You know how POTA has the flowers and the animals. We got to find something for that one. Somebody got to come up with something. So you creative guys out there, find something for N8YO for a certificate.
Bonus points for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So Daniel,
Izzo, yeah,
how you doing? How
good
you
man.
doing?
I got nothing new. Yesterday was
No?
a holiday. Yesterday was family day.
Oh,
So I didn't hang out. No, I hung out with the family. Yeah, yesterday was good.
You worked.
No, I didn't. I worked for like an hour, but life has just been so crazy. So I don't know, it's all over the place. Work is busy. Life is busy. I feel like I've been neglecting the radio for yet another week. And yeah, I was gonna do.
Wait,
FT8 on-
time out for a minute. Time out.
What?
Shane
What?
just sent in $5. Is that not a bribe or what?
Oh, that's a bribe. That's a bribe, and it's not enough.
It's
A bribe
definitely
for
not.
what?
There's not enough zeros.
for not
That's
being
it.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shane.
So
thank you, Shane.
So,
Thank you, Shane.
I don't know.
Thank you for your support, Shane. Because you don't do enough for the show.
Right.
Hey, Shane.
Thumbnails,
Hey,
the intro music.
Shane, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to watch it to listen to us on the podcast. Hey, Shane, if you're driving tonight and operating heavy machinery, be careful. Go ahead, Beer Snack. Let them know.
Yeah, so nothing new, guys. Thursday I was hoping to do FT8, but life got busy, so I gotta just get back in the grind of it. I gotta get on the radio, maybe run a pile up. I don't know.
Oh,
You
Ham
got-
Radio guys
you
calling
have
you
an
out.
offer.
That's all right.
You
He's
run a
calling you
pilot?
out. Look at this. Here you go, Molson. He's calling you out.
Well,
I
let's
need
see.
to pay him to POTA for me since I'm too lazy.
No,
it's not
you
lazy.
can't do that.
It's not lazy. And by the way, you can't make money off of ham radio. So
hang on, I'll be right back.
Yeah, maybe you need to rewrite your
good
test,
riddance.
No, I gotta figure it out. Hey, Mel's gonna be coming in a bit. Maybe we'll plan another POTA activation, hopefully, and we'll get number 2 under the belt. Be nice. Maybe I can get a kilo in one weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not. No. I already have a bet.
That was discussed.
I have 7 more activations to get to a kilo, so I'm not gonna make a new bet.
Yeah, James, tell him. Go ahead. I'm waiting for James to post a comment on that one because we discussed that a few weeks ago. I thought.
All right, so we got 1, 2. Izzo, how you been, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm hanging in there. Back to work now, and I want to give a shout out to everybody up in the 911 center and the in our public service agencies and the Raw Boys. Everybody has been very supportive. In some weird way, it's good to come back to work, and man, I never thought I'd be saying that, but it is. Everybody has been extremely supportive. So thank you. Deeply appreciate it. So
very cool. So we have a topic tonight, don't we, guys?
Yeah, at the last minute,
rambling on, is it?
Well, at the last minute, I said let's just talk about this because I felt that many of us have had a radio scanner, whether you're listening to your local state police, local police, sheriffs, whatever your law enforcement division is in your community, whether you're paid fire or volunteer EMS. Some people listen to their local government stuff maybe going on, public works when it snows. Some people like listening. We'll just keep on 146.5 too and let the scanner run. It's part of the memory banks. I know I myself, I go back to the days of my first scanner was crystals, where you had to buy a crystal. And then the new ones came in for the direct entry. And now we're at the phase of a lot of scanners most likely need to be programmed through some software, depending on the different agencies that you want to listen to based on their systems. But I think this topic is good because it definitely relates to ham radio, and because of the fundamentals of you still need, if you're going to put up an antenna outside, you're going to need some feed line. I will tell you somewhere down the line, I'll tell you about one of my favorite antennas and some other very inexpensive antennas that you can get away with. But I think if you guys disagree with me, tell me, but I think many of us have a scanner, if not one, maybe 2 or 3, and we use it for various things.
It's right there.
It's right there.
Thank you, Arthur.
And when you brought up the topic, Izzo, so my buddy Mel, V3OGN, he used to work for Motorola doing a lot of their systems. And so he's not really familiar with the new stuff, some of the newer tech. He's been a couple of years out of it. But I figured, hey, why don't we get him on? Because number one, he's a mad genius when it comes to radios. And then he also has a lot of experience with those systems. And so when we're talking about, I figure, hey, why don't we bring him on and have another person, bring some information to the table. So
as well as too, I want to thank him. Wait, hang on. As well as we all have to say to him, thank you, because he's a saint because you've been out. You've done a POTA or 2 with him.
He's the only way I can do POTA.
So he's a saint. He is a saint for dealing with you and putting up with you. That's how I look at it. So
yeah, he is. I'll bring him in right now so you can pop his ugly head in here. What's up, Mel?
Hey, not too much, you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hello, Mel.
First time here, Mel?
Yeah. Dan's overrated me by big time, so.
Well, Dan overrates himself, so don't.
Whoa!
No, we love Molson. We love Molson. We love Molson, and everybody will put a 1 in the chat to tell you that. So
yeah.
They all put 2s.
Yeah, right. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Or negatives.
0.0. No.
Hold on. I just saw a name that I haven't seen in our live stream almost ever. FEP Labs Radio. Jim, welcome, man. Finally catching a live one. Jim's got he's got a great channel doing test equipment and stuff, and he's one of the reasons why I'm living vicariously through him, so that I don't have to buy my own test equipment.
There you go.
Hey Mel, tell us a little bit about yourself. How you got involved with radio? Molson mentioned Motorola, Motorola, but tell us a little. How'd you get into ham radio too itself?
I've been ham radio for a long time. My best friend and I grew up little town in Monkland, and his dad was a ham radio operator, so I spent a lot of time there. And we were junior ops, we were called. We did the logging and contests. They were big VHF operators, 6 meters, 2 meters, and that. And it eventually built up from that. And then I started working, drove truck for a while, and then I went to work for Time Communications. That's where the biggest part of my radio came from. We worked on for MTO, Ministry of Health, Consumers Gas, Ottawa Police. We looked after a lot of their systems and that. So that's where I got more in-depth knowledge into that stuff. So. But it's old school. It's the old analog stuff. So
I was just going to ask you. That was just the analog.
Yeah.
Maybe one site, 2 sites. Compare.
We were just starting to get into trunking whenever I got out of that job.
Gotcha.
We were just starting with 800 megs trunking, and it was still a baby compared to what it is now. And
it's more.
Then I got out of it for a while. Worked at Nortel, and then I went to Airbus Defense and Space, which later became Motorola. They couldn't beat us in the competition, so they bought us because we were you and Joe Brett might be familiar with our systems. We 911 call centers. We had 49 or 51% of the volume in the States for all the call centers in the US. It was all our systems you guys were using. So excellent. Motorola radio dispatch consoles. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them.
Absolutely.
We designed and built that for Motorola.
Wow, no kidding.
I tested on that system for 2 years before I moved over to become the lab manager and look after all the equipment. So
thank you.
But like I said, all analog. We didn't do much digital. The digital was just getting started at that point. P25 was another side of the building that I didn't really work in too much. So but I'm not a digital fan. I like old school analog sideband.
Talking about the dispatch consoles, it just threw me back 16 years. When I started in dispatch, we had one of the, I don't know what brand it was, but big console with a bunch of buttons everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sitting there dispatching one night, and I hit the transmit button, and it goes pop, fire, smoke. I'm like, this ain't good.
That wasn't the red button you hit. That was the other one.
Yeah, no, now it's all like
so that's been my background in radio.
Yeah, it's all on the computer screen now.
So Mel, what was your first scanner? What was your first scanner that you had? Radio scanner.
I still have it. It's an old Bearcat 10 channel. Synthesized. Nice. Big deal. I listened to, then I was on 20 years on volunteer fire department, so I listened to all the fire channels. Mm-hmm. I listened to MTO all the time because that was my job. I wanted to know when before they had a problem. So you can ask my ex-wife. We had 2 scanners and 3 radios going in the house at all times, 24/7. Volumes turned up.
Let me guess. The traditional scanner user, even if you had just one in the house, it was normally on top of the refrigerator, correct?
Yeah.
See?
And it was up full volume all the time.
Was that Steve?
I said right where yours is sitting.
Exactly.
Yeah. In case you guys don't know, I don't know if you guys know what MTO is, but it's the Ministry of Transport. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's called the same thing in the States, I think, in some of the states.
It's the MTO,
isn't it?
Yeah.
The DOT.
DOT, yeah.
The Department of Transportation, yeah.
We used to be that a long time ago before we got some stupid name you can't say now. Maybe Dan knows.
I don't know.
Did you always feel that your scanner, the telescoping whip was all you needed? Because as you know, it always determines what you want to listen to. You're at the mercy. You're at the mercy of where you live, to what agency you want to listen to what they have for their infrastructure. And some people don't make. Sometimes sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I listen to the
sometimes
local fire
infrastructure-
department.
And sometimes, as you know, the infrastructure could just be the antenna, the 50 watt or the 100 watt a repeater on a telephone pole at the back of the firehouse or somewhere in the middle of the town, or that.
Yeah.
But again, some guys get frustrated, and I tell them it's not the scanner. It's just like I said, it just could be where you live, and I got to get a little creative. So
yeah.
I have
I listened to that one, just the fire department, but I had the outside disc going for MTO, MOH, consumers gas and all that. So
love those disco antennas
I could shout, because
for
I
any of
lived
you
about
guys in the
50
chat-
miles from Ottawa. So
For any of you guys in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you know what we're talking about when we talk about the discone antenna, which I believe, if someone please correct me, was designed by somebody for the military use, but very wide banded. It'll transmit it'll give you transmit capabilities, I think on 2 meters, 220, 440, maybe a little bit higher. And obviously, but it's a great scanner from like 26
they'll
meg
go up to
all the way up.
122 gig.
Yeah. And it's not a big antenna either. Even if you just stuck it in your attic inside the house, it's if you couldn't get it outside, it was still a great antenna.
Now
Great receive antenna, not the greatest transmit, but
right.
Now I believe I remember Bo shared what's it called? The Lying Hawaiian. He shared a picture one time of the discones on the Navy ships, and very, very different antenna. It's huge, but I guess it did originate from that sort of concept, but now it's a lot smaller. That's what my scanner's hooked up to is the discone. And Mel, do you have great success with like the local scanner? Because I don't find I pick up a lot. Like,
well, pretty much everything's gone digital now, so, and it's encrypted, and so.
Disco
what is
antenna
Ham
what
Radio
they send
Venture
your
guy
dog-
says? A
Yeah,
disco antenna
is what they send your dog home from the vet in.
Pretty much.
If it were only metal.
Yeah.
What's this? Safety briefing. Ha! No safety.
Safety schmafety. Let me tell you something. We don't hold up with in the Ham Radio Clubhouse, you will see nothing that says we have been accident free for X amount of days. We cause an accident every Tuesday night. So just remember that. One way or another.
We've been accident free for at least an hour.
Somebody will
I
always
peed
have
myself 10 minutes ago, guys.
Yeah,
Oh, we
guess
lost.
what?
All right.
Somebody's gonna have an accident inside their pants tonight. So don't worry. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, so I guess here, Mel, it's mostly digital. But I remember when I went to go visit my in-laws, I brought my Baofeng, and I was able to get the Monterey volunteer fire department in there, and that was cool. But I guess you guys in the States, is all your stuff moved over to all digital, or do you still have a lot of analog?
I'm going to say probably, a lot of the police departments have gone digital encryption, depending on how much they want to spend for the system and their needs, or maybe specialized divisions may go encrypted, but the regular dispatch won't. Fire departments are primarily still the analog, based upon a lot of what NFPA would like for everybody. EMS could be a little bit of both, based on privacy of patients and the type of calls that they're going to. I think it really does depend on the agency and what the goals of that agency is and who they're working with. Are they a standalone agency? They're mutual aid partners. There's just not a single answer. I will tell you though, Molson, and maybe you guys in Canada have the same issue. If your fire department is not a busy fire department, a lot of people think right away that the scanner is broken, or they've done something wrong. They don't have it programmed right. They have to understand, some departments are busy throughout the day. They may go on anywhere from 6 to 20 calls a day. And then other departments may not get a call for 1 to 5 days. So it doesn't mean that your scanner is broken. I always tell everybody, go put on the NOAA, weather frequency. And that's one good way of determining that your scanner and your antenna is working, as well as, hey, if you need any type of, again, if you need that tornado alert, that flood alert, that's a good way of determining the scanner if it's working, especially if you buy them at the flea markets and those tailgate areas. And for that guy who's selling it for $50 and it's only worth $5.
But I thought I remember reading somewhere somebody was saying that in the States you guys there's a lot more concern about transparency, so it's been very difficult for some maybe some states or something to go over to digital from analog, so that it's because there's a question of public transparency to the public. Does that make sense to you guys? I thought I read something about that.
It's the encryption of the digital. So
Yes,
analog or digital. It's most of it is the encryption side of it.
Okay.
And that's interesting. Our most people call them state police. Ours is just highway patrol here because they don't answer calls. But
super troopers.
They got of course, being the state agency, they were the first to get on the state digital system. And of course, a buddy I had a little bit north of me instantly put them on Broadcastify. And they really didn't like that. And they contacted him, said, you need to take that down, this and that. I told him to tell him to kick rocks. But so they went full encryption, and they've been fully encrypted for years. But now I'm listening to them on my SDR back here because the legislator said, if you want any more money, you're going to take your encryption off of your main channels so that the other local folks can talk with you and this and that. So it's kind of interesting how that worked out.
Yeah, all of my stuff here is P25. Fire, EMS, and police. So
do you have the encryption? You're able to what is that saying? If your equipment's P25, you are able to listen to encrypted signals? Is that what you're saying?
So I can listen to their main channels, but their TAC channels are all encrypted, and I don't have the decryption code. Nor do I want it.
You got to have the same key they got.
Yep.
It's 1, 2, 3 ABC. Somebody told me.
Always.
Well, most of the systems around here are going to P25 too. The city of Ottawa has gone all P25 for all their Department of Works, the city, the police, the fire. City of Montreal, we put that system in. Everybody from the garbage guy can talk to the police officer on the P25 system.
That's what I was just going to say. When that system first went into place, I started listening to it kind of region wide, because you can pick one tower and listen to everything that comes across it. And 2 counties over, I'm like, what are these guys doing, man? That's not no public safety. And found out it was the waste management guys going to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, telling, jokes and what they done over the weekend. I was like, oh, wow.
Interoperability, Joe. That's interoperability.
Right.
You guys got
all you got to do is sign the MOA and you can talk on it.
Interoperability came out because of what happened on 9/11. That was the real big push. I mean, we've been talking about interoperability back in the 80s and 90s with radio systems of who could talk to who and this and that, and then some of 9/11 happens, and then a whole bunch of things come out of it. The words incident command, ICS, and other things, and it's part of the design of the radio systems that every municipality or your county government, however it's set up, you have a group of people deciding what type of radio system they want, what type of system they need. Terrain has a huge, which will drive costs up and down, which is usually up actually. There's a whole lot of factors here, and I guess we as the public get very accustomed to listening, and then when those changes come in, sometimes we get a little disgruntled or whatever, but maybe there's a good reason why some changes. No one really likes that 6-letter word called change, but especially when it comes to radio stuff.
So can you explain P25? Just explain it quickly. What exactly is happening with P? What is that?
Go ahead, Mel.
He hates the digital stuff.
I think Steve's got a better handle on it than I do.
I ain't got a clue. I just know it's another digital mode. And I'm actually
It's a
looking.
protocol, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
protocol. Some of the stuff in the Charleston area is still actually on Moto Turbo, which we know it as DMR.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I mean, Moto Turbo. Some of the stuff that I had helped designing for my town was absolutely perfect for a small town like us. When you put your school systems and you put public works and the interoperability, it works. And again, Ham Radio came along and said, "Oh, wait a minute, we like that idea." And once again, as traditional hams, sometimes I think the hams took the Moto Turbo and tried putting 20 pounds of stuff into the 5-pound bag, but and then they wonder why it's maybe not working as effectively as for how it was initially designed. But that's all right. Nothing wrong with experimenting.
So for those on the podcast, Mike NYO, he said, "Evening all, doing late shift POTA in an ice storm because I'm nuts." Yeah, I had to call my son this afternoon at 2:00. We started to get ice rain. I think what is it, Mel? They're saying 5 to 10 centimeters. So that's like 2 to 4 inches of like ice rain and like slush. So
I hope not.
I had to get my son to take down the my NFED half wave antennas because I don't want to have a repeat of last year and them stretching. But
Lindsay Hicks makes an excellent comment.
I got too much aluminum in the air to have that much ice on it.
Lindsay Hicks makes an excellent point because I remember, again, back in the 70s where, a whole bunch of towns were just in a county, a county dispatch system, which we still have them here in the state of Connecticut, for a lot of the smaller towns. And it works. It works. But when your town starts, when the population of your town starts to expand, which means now services have to expand. That's why sometimes that we call the group effort maybe doesn't work. But other times, like where I work, we're a we're a 2 municipality dispatch system, a town, 911 center, and it works perfectly based upon the legacy and the mutual aid packs. So again, a lot of things differ why, but the fun, again, getting back to the fun of having a scanner, whether you keep the scanner in your vehicle, and I believe in some states may have an issue that there may be a law about having a scanner not allowing a scanner. I've heard of those rumors. I'm not sure if they're still true today based upon, again, the changing of the laws, but there is nothing better than having a scanner always on, whether it's in your kitchen, in your ham shack, wherever.
So that you can listen to where the cops are, so that you know when you're not drag racing in South Philly or in Newark or, so you know what's
or
going
in Westbrook,
on.
Yeah, that's why you download the Waze app. Tells you all the cops are.
Hey, Molson makes, and hey, Molson, that's an excellent segue because here we are in 2022, and we've gone, and regardless of what the systems are, if you don't have the money for a scanner, these apps, some apps are free. Yes, they have the ads, or you pay $8-10 a year, and now you're walking around on your Android or your iPhone, and you can be in Timbuktu. You could be at Scout 75's place, freezing your ass off up in the mountains trying to do POTA, and you could still be listening to what's going on in your hometown. I love the scanner apps on my phone. There is so much stuff on there, not only public safety wise. There's some ham radio stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there.
I downloaded a police scanner. It was free, and only when you open the app, it had a little thing. And I was able to listen to all over the place. And it's pretty, if it's a boring town, like you need to find a place that has a lot of crime so that you're like, oh, bad boys,
like Charleston.
What you gonna do?
Cornwall in the East End.
Yeah.
So apparently in Indiana, scanners are illegal in cars. But now, is it illegal to have it in your car and off, or is it just illegal to have it in your car? So like,
all you gotta
can you have it? Because if you have it in your car's not running, you could turn it. Can you turn the scanner? See, this is the gray area that I like to play in.
Right.
So
what about
beer snack?
How about a TV?
I'll flip it to you this way. Virginia, radar detectors are illegal to own.
Okay. Well, because when I was cruising through Virginia, all I had to do was take it off my dashboard.
Well, yeah. If it's not plugged in, they can't tell you to have it. But you know,
So that's why you got. That's why you got to build a custom console where you hit a switch and it opens up.
Yeah,
And
James
there's your
Bond
radar.
style.
There's all your stuff, and then
That's old James
you know,
Bond.
if you ever get pulled over, you just make it shut. You know,
custom
for
console
guys-
with what 5 radios in it is?
Yeah. No, actually,
Listen, I want
yeah.
Ted. I want Nugent's car. He's got the 3 antennas on the front, jamming out everything. So
There you go.
It, trucker
Joe.
buddy of mine just got him a new CV to put in his truck, and it's got the radar detector built into it. I thought that was pretty neat.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
oh, that's not a radar detector. It's a CB radio officer.
Right? Yeah.
I thought it was ingenious when they started adding the VHF NOAA channels in there. I thought that was great. I thought that was a great concept of, sort of like a 2-in-1 for the guys in the chat who know where there's some, state laws that you probably don't agree with. So if the scanner is not permitted per that state, what about a ham radio, a 2-meter VHF UHF radio? Is that permitted? How about a CB, the radar detector? Are there any other things that the states don't recognize, or maybe they are the exception of the rule? I don't know.
So here, amateur radio is an exception to the hands-free law. So because you're not allowed to have your cell phone here, you can have your amateur radio, and it's exempt from that law. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. Like Mel, you have a couple of rigs in your truck, eh? So
Yeah.
you ever get pulled? Have you ever been pulled over by the cops saying, "What the heck are you doing?" or no?
I got stopped one day when I was talking to a guy in Australia on 20 meters, and the cop stopped to see what I was doing, and he spent 5 minutes watching while I worked the guy, and then he said, "Okay, carry on," and left. So
You give him
he
the
was kind of
microphone?
intrigued by it. Yeah, he didn't want to.
I keep a copy. Dan Molson, just like you. We have the exception too, but I keep a copy in my glove box in case I ever have to pull it out. Look out! I'm going to whip it out. That's right. And
Thank you, Jim. FEP Labs Radio. In Alabama, it is not legal to have a quad mount 50 cal on or in your vehicle. But other than that,
Damn it! I wanted to get one.
Can you have the dual mount? I mean, you can't have the quad, but can you have the dual?
so if you can't have 4 barrels, can you have 3 barrels? Is 4 the limit? Is 4 where they draw the line?
I was just going to say, where's the line?
So Ed Sweeney says they're trying to get exceptions in Pennsylvania for ham radio. That's cool. Liberty Cave says, I don't know about legality here in Oregon, but 2-meter radios can receive the Oregon State Police channels. My truck driving buddies all run at M and use them as scanners. That's cool.
Well, a lot of guys remember your 2-meter VHF radios, portable, HTs or mobiles. If you look at the specs, you'll see that they will still receive outside of the ham band. So there's nothing wrong with keeping a receive only for, again, your fire department, your EMS, your police, maybe, whatever. Use it to your advantage. That's what it's a radio. Use it.
Yeah.
Use it. I mean, you paid anywhere from $200 to $600 for a radio, so get the most out of it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all these weird things coming up here. Ham Radio Adventure Guide. In West Virginia, you cannot use a rocket launcher while spotlighting deer.
Wait, you can spotlight deer?
You're allowed to spotlight them?
That's illegal down here.
So
in a bit, Kyle AA0Z, he's going to come on when we open up the doors, and he has a book on scanners he wants to share with us. But I bought the Realistic Patrolman, the Pro 2026 is what I picked up.
Wow, realistic,
old school.
Yeah, but like honestly, those are
that hair.
Yeah, that's when I used to have like just as much hair up here as I did here. Like you can find them, but I find that like it was funny because at one point I was able to find the scanners for like $30, $40, and now they want like $130 for the damn scanners.
COVID prices.
I think I bought this one for like $30. The Patrolman. I got to open it up because every time I program it, and when I did program it, I'd unplug it by accident, and then everything went. So I think the battery's got to be changed inside. But it works well. But
one topic, the one useless scanner that we haven't mentioned, and I just thought of it. I'm going to tell you racing, whether it's NASCAR to your local tracks. We used to have a local track here in Connecticut, about 40 miles away. Man, I used to sit in turn 4, and I'd be that geek with, and I'm like, I got to get a headset. I mean, it was, and then you had a lot of those guys were running some trunk stuff, and the faster the scanner scanning capability, the better. And I know Uniden came out with some scanners that they were targeting for all the racing folks. But that's something that we didn't even mention. So if you're a racing fan, let us know in the chat if you've ever brought your radios to the track and listen to your favorite driver. So,
isn't that where some companies are rebranding the Baofeng for scanners for NASCAR or something like that? What's that company? I forget. Anyways, there's one.
Rugged Radios.
Yes, that's it. But yes, Rugged Radio. But one of the things you speak of that, Don. I've always had this crazy idea, and maybe Mel, we got to do this one Sunday.
Here we go.
But there's some.
Put it on your YouTube.
See what I get talked into, eh?
Mel, you will be doing it now.
There's some wireless headsets. There's some wireless headsets for stages and concerts and stuff like that work off of the UHF band, like in the 440, and they're pretty. Like you can download the standard, frequencies. I'd love to pull into a church parking lot since I've sold a lot of these headsets to churches over the years. And I'd love to just tap in and be
going to hell. Mel, you're going to hell, Mel.
And be in the parking lot and be like,
you got to make sure that mic's transmitting on the same channel that their receiver is on. You got to remember that. And that's only if they have the wireless, the labs and all that stuff. If they don't have it, you're SOL.
Yeah. No. So, I know. Yeah. But
let's see.
I think we got to do an adventure. Maybe we'll do a video of it. That would be a perfect TikTok video.
We haven't. We
learned video.
Yes, as well as another use of the scan. Hey guys, how about the days of the cordless phones? Listening to cordless phones and baby monitors and the drive-throughs.
Yeah,
dude,
we were using the scanners for that and taxi cab.
I used to remember the old dial on the radios, like instead of like the digital, you used to churn the knob. And I remember when my sister was in high school, she was on the old school cordless phones, and like I would be in my room, which was right beside, and I would just ever so carefully just push the knob over and all of a sudden went from like to like, oh yeah, and then he said this, and then I would listen in on the conversation.
Were they talking about you?
No, they were talking about their love lives or whatever it was. And then like I use it against my sister. Like, can you still do that with cordless phones? Because I used to do it all the time with when I was
No.
Who still has used to be freaking phone line at the house?
I do. I have Magic Jack, and it's only for the kids, my youngest kids, because everybody else uses cell phone.
Yeah,
but I have Magic Jack. It's like $50 a year, and then because
Kyle, same here. Kyle, we used to order stuff for four people, or modify the order, especially when the car left the the ordering station area.
I saw this video. This guy did a prank, and he put a Bluetooth speaker over top of the McDonald's drive-through window, and the drive-through, the little box there where the speaker is, and the person says, "Can I help you?" And like this truck pulled up, and then they're like, "Can I help you?" And then the guy would go over the speaker, be like, "I'll have 10, McDonald's whatever," and the guy's like, "Where's that coming from?" It was great. And then he sold the speaker, and he had a free Bluetooth speaker, so it was good. FEP Labs says you can't scan cell frequencies. Theoretically. Hard now that cells have gone digital. The cell ranges are blocked. On my old Pro 2006 scanner, it cut a diode, and you had cell receive.
So the Pro 2006. Pro 2006 was a Radio Shack. My first scanner was a Pro 93. Handheld. Analog scanner. My current one is a Trunk Tracker 4, but it doesn't have TDMA decoding in it. So I got to get the next level up.
Yeah, you got to get the Trunk Tracker 5, I think it is.
So I'm going to be spending $600 on a new scanner.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hook up a Nintendo to my SDR play and just go from there.
With the SDR behind me, I got it on an external antenna. Worked pretty
Once
good.
again, guys, you're going to have to just evaluate what do you really want to listen to, and who knows, you may have something already at the house. Don't forget your ICOM is 7300. Don't forget, you can listen to a lot of stuff on that on your 705, and I'm sure the Yezus and the Kenwoods are all right there too. There's a lot of stuff that you can listen to.
But I wouldn't I understand the police. To me, the only reason why the police and services would really go digital, there are some advantages, obviously, but is more for just, to me, seems like the general public not being able to hear what's happening. And I would think that in a natural disaster, an emergency situation, that would be a valuable thing if people can hear what's going on to some degree.
Can I tell you when we did it?
What?
So analog radio systems over time needs realigning, recalibrating, and so on. And it got to where even our, high-powered mobile units in the vehicles would not reach the repeater. We had such a communication problem. And also, you would have to rely on other departments having their radios programmed with your stuff anyway. So with the digital thing, the state system that we got, it works like cell phones. The P25 phase 2, whatever tower you're closest to, that's the one you talk to. And also you have this huge list of state channels and different agency channels. You just go to them, same radio. You don't have to have nothing special. Mm-hmm. But it was our inability to communicate any longer without spending a huge amount of money, finding another site with a bigger tower. That was going to charge us, I think, $3,000 a year to go to put an antenna on top of the tower. And this way, the state maintains it. It's all their equipment. We just buy the radio. So that's why we done it.
That seems to be a trend, Joe, because I know here in the state of Connecticut, state of Connecticut is offering municipalities.
But you want to talk about people getting mad. So on this system, they let you demo the P25 on phase 1. So all the scanner folks went and bought these $200 or $300 scanners that does phase 1. And listening to us. And then when you actually sign up and you go live on the system full time, they switch you to phase 2. Now everybody's like, why can't I hear y'all anymore? What are y'all trying to hide? This and that. It's like, dude, you just got to spend a couple of extra $100. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
Oh yeah. No, it's rough. Because around here it's a split. Some towns, like I know one town is all analog and the rest of the county's digital. And then here's my question for you. What happens when your control unit goes down?
SOL sometimes.
So if your trunk control goes down, right? What is your backup? Because your radio says, "Hey, what frequency is clear?" That's what it does, right? It says, "Hey, what frequency is clear that I can use?"
Most systems have a redundancy standing by.
I was just going to say that, right? That will kick in if the primary is not.
Yeah, that's your primary. Okay.
Like ours, well, one tower has 3. They have one control and 2 alternate controls. But if that entire tower site went down, just like a cell phone, you would just hopefully be able to connect with the other tower and continue on.
Okay. Joe, is it raining?
It is. That's why I'm staying muted until I talk.
You definitely hear it.
Yeah, and I'm a little distracted because I'm watching the weather map, make sure none of the tornadoes pop up. When we started the show, there was one less than 20 miles away north of me. So,
which has and tornadoes have a tendency of taking towers and doing what with them? Throwing them around like it's a popsicle stick.
Oh yeah.
So if Joe suddenly disappears, all right, we'll check on him later.
Right. We'll look for a house that has his feet just hanging out.
Yeah.
Speaking of disappearing, I've got to run, guys.
Okay. All right. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. You better come back after you get back.
Yeah.
You better jump back on here.
We're gonna grab dinner. If you guys are still on, then I'll jump back in. So.
Ooh. All right, Steve.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
All right.
Good night,
See you guys
Steve.
next week.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Where did we lose Dan at?
I don't know. His Starlink failed. I don't know.
Starlink.
Somebody else had to
I
use
don't
the
think
phone
he
line.
had Starlink.
Somebody else had to use the phone line.
Can you imagine hearing the story? Knock, 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 knock. All of our satellites just got burned up, or whatever happened. I forgot whatever the whole thing was. You're like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, no.
20 in one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like the cash register going off, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. The cost of the bill, the cost of the send them up there, the cost of the maintenance and everything, but and all that trajectory of, because you're still waiting for the income, you're still waiting to get your system going so you can start getting income in to support your project. I mean, that's talking about a kick in the pants. So
40 out of 49.
49.
failed.
40 out of 49.
Yeah, let's put him up during a solar storm. No problem. Molson's on 7188 talking to his friends. So real quick, Daniel said something called Magic Jack. All right. So
Magic Jack.
There was
Yes.
Magic Jack. There was a question that popped in. What's a Magic Jack?
Yeah, from
All
Don.
right.
I saw that.
So a Magic Jack, it allows you to have an analog phone connected to your computer, and it uses the computer to talk back. It's basically an analog VoIP device that uses your computer.
And did
Molson
they
has
charge you? Did they charge you a fee for that, or was it just a one time for the equipment? Do you remember what it was?
I don't remember if it was one time for the equipment plus an annual, but I remember when
It
first
used to be
came
a
out,
one time when you bought the box.
It was like
Yep.
$30 for the box,
don't-
like the big box, and then they came out with the
Yeah.
USB dongle, and that's right. Yep. Okay, it is VoIP, but it uses your computer to hook up. It's not like just plugging the
As long
jack
as your
right into
internet's up, you're okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And good internet.
Magic Jack is DMR for the unlicensed.
Carlos is right. Carlos is right.
Oh man.
I just spent the money and put 2 cell phone boosters in and solved my problem. So I just use my cell phone all the time now.
Mhm. It is
My house is-
amazing. It is amazing that the cellular technology of where we are in 2022, of there's still same thing with the cable companies of, they didn't want to run the wire and they didn't want to do this because I don't understand the lack of the infrastructure as well as the redundancy, that it's all population population driven. It's such a shame. It's such a shame. That's the mentality, but I don't know.
Here you go, Don. Don's
long
bringing this one up.
distance. Oh my God,
toll
old school.
calls, local toll calls, and long distance Sprint, 10 cents a minute.
10 cents a minute.
Yep.
And then remember them trying to sell the unlimited plan, and everyone said, I'm never going to go to it. Or the long distance of, I don't talk out of state. Yeah. And then the day
Until
and
you
the
do
day that
talk
you
out of
did,
state, and you're like, oh, I think I'm going to get the long distance plan.
they'll cut you over.
Dan, what's all these charges on our phone bill? I do know that you were going to ask me this question because Ms. Cleo told me that.
Miss Cleo.
We have a problem. We have a problem where we live is that we're not far from the States. Like if I drive, my office is like less than a mile to the States, right? So it always jumps back and forth to the tower. And then I'll get like this text message saying, welcome to the United States. And then if you start getting charges, you have to call them and say, hey, like, here's the issue. And then they have to reverse the charges, but they'll charge you the roaming. Like when I've traveled to the
Roaming, yes, the roaming, the word roaming. You're right, Dan.
Yeah.
Roaming.
Like when I travel to the States, I just have to call my cell phone provider and they put, I think it's like $50 for the month. They just put a $50 monthly fee and that covers roaming into the States. But
Kyle was actually right too about after the 8 o'clock thing. After
yeah,
after 8
Nights and
p.m.
weekends.
Nights and
now,
weekends.
now
Next
that's
hell.
our
Using
that
my
was-
minutes.
That was the next hell marketing plan.
The worst was when I was younger. I had a girlfriend, and she was Brazilian, and she went back to Brazil to do an internship as a nurse. And I used to go to the truck stop and buy those $25 phone cards just to call her, and like 3 minutes later, it's like you are out of money.
Yeah, right.
Calling cards. Oh my God! Remember those days? The calling.
Yeah, but the worst was it took like 2.5 minutes to get the grandmother that she was living with to like understand I was asking to talk to her, and she's like, "Oi to the bang," and then you're like, "Yes, I'm calling to talk to."
Yes. What'd you say? To the bang? Yes. To the bang. Yes. That's why I'm calling.
Scout has it. Scouts have it. The secret name, right, Scout? That was the secret name. Everyone has a secret name.
Yeah, the collect call at high school was
1-800-COLLECT. Highest
come
Dan
pick me
to
up
pick
for
them all
lunch.
by. Click.
I forgot my gym clothes.
You have a collect call from, hi, my name is Dan. It's good at the mall. I'm good to go. Bye. No, decline. Click.
Stop! You're gonna kill me. Stop!
The worst part with the collect calls, I don't know about you guys, but you could hear the other person, right? But they couldn't hear you. So like when the system, they'd be like, "Hello," and you can hear them, and then like I used to have to say to my mom, I can hear you. So the question is, can you come pick me up for lunch? And then she would be like, "Oh, hello," and then she hang up, and then I do it again, just like, "I can hear you, even though you can't hear me. Can you come pick me up for lunch? Just say yes or no." And she wouldn't get.
Wow.
Lindsay Hicks says we worked
international
a job
calling.
hold on. Lindsay Hicks says we worked a job where a Mexico cell tower was the closest tower, and one of the guys had a $15K bill for a 2-week job. Holy cow!
Talking about roaming charges, huh?
International roaming, the whole works. Yeah, that's got the cartel. That's got the cartel tax on top of it too. It's like, yeah,
That's how they get you.
Hey,
So
Rod.
it-
Peanut butter and jelly. There he is.
Yep, the dial tone box. What was it? 552, the last four of the number. Hang up, and then
Yep, hang up.
put it down and walk away.
Yep.
Here's the. Oh yeah, there you go. James got it too. I would always say the number I was at because calls going out you had to pay for, but calls coming in.
Correct.
yeah, but is that just a movie thing, or does that really work?
No, that really worked.
It really worked.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like, I missed that.
No, but I thought, if I remember correctly, I thought I tried that and it didn't work. I thought I did, but I don't know.
You dialed the wrong number.
If anybody has any experience with prison phone calls, feel free to come on the show. We'd like to talk about those too.
That's
Whoa,
right. That's
whoa.
right. Our
Not
second
those
part,
kind of phone calls.
our second part of the
Shoot.
show, we'll be talking about the Department of Corrections of how you make a phone call.
Department of Corruptions. Corrections.
I don't know. The phone line always seems pretty sticky in those movies. That's for sure. So, or if you want to borrow a cell phone.
I can't hang the phone up. Well,
No.
you know what? The joke goes that I tried phone sex once, but my kept getting stuck in the 9.
All right.
Hey, look, we're an hour in. You want to drop that link, bad boys?
Yeah, make sure you
Who's
send it to
dropping a link?
Kyle. Hold on, I'll get it. Invite.
Anyone
copy,
here
show the
doing Ham Shack? That Ham Shack phone?
Ham Shack Hotline. I was
show.
looking
Hey, what
into it.
is that? What the heck is that?
So it's a VoIP system.
Yeah, but who are you calling?
Sort of like Magic Jack.
Other hams.
Other hams.
You have to be a ham to use it too.
So what is it, like a party line kind of a deal?
No, it's like a standard. Like you have an extension. I could pick up the phone. I could call you, and it's just going through VoIP. That's it.
Even have it on my cell phone.
Molson, you need to get that so we can call you.
Yeah, what? Oh, okay. Hello, welcome to Daniel's Hot Shack. Sorry.
Hi, Don.
Hi.
Hey, SAT's here.
Sorry, you guys are talking my language. Do y'all remember any of that 2600 hertz tone,
No.
2600 magazine,
I
all
saw
of
that,
the
Captain
phone
Crunch.
phreaking and yeah, that was the 2600 hertz tone was the tone that you played across the ESS AT&T switches or Lucent switches that would drop you into the trunk line. And from the trunk line, you could then call the route and rate operator like you were a lineman working on the line. And then you would say, oh, hey. And if you knew their language, you couldn't just call them and say, hey, connect me to. There was a whole language you had to know.
A lingo.
Yep.
A lingo,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
And you would call them and you would tell them, what you wanted to do. And you could make calls and they would connect you to whoever this was. So you were essentially making long distance calls. You had to tell them actually how to connect the trunks to get to the other city. But, you know, there were all kinds of things like that. And then of course, there were blue boxes and black boxes and red boxes that had the different DTMF tones on them that extended to A, B, C, and D with different tones on them. So you could learn to do that automatically without the operator.
See, folks,
I had
this
a
is why
fluke.
we come to the clubhouse to learn.
I had a real fluke test set, like one of the original test sets. The thing was heavy as heck. I had one of those. I'd hook in. I got a dial tone. Okay. You know, not my fault that I live near, you know, they put the phone box near the ground.
Yeah. My wife was very into bulletin boards back from the Apple II days. And from that, we got into a thing called ASCII Express, which was a dial-up program that was basically used by people pirating software. Well, the interesting thing on there was a magazine. It was a text magazine that was distributed as flat files called Tap Magazine that basically told you everything you needed to know to talk to route and rate operators and all that. So that's the reason I know all this. I never did it because I didn't own any of the equipment, but it was just, I mean, absolutely fascinating stuff to read. And I wish that I could find it on the internet. I have not seen any of those Tap magazines on the internet. So if any of you guys know, I'd be real interested in getting a hold of those text files because
we're going back to the days of what was known as Ma Bell, copper lines, etc. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And one other thing, while I'm sorry, I hate to take up so much time, but the talking about the scanners, and I've talked to Jim in chat, but back in the day, this was before Congress passed the law. After Newt Gingrich's deal was recorded, or his phone call was recorded, you could listen to 800 megahertz frequencies with a scanner, and you would hear the analog phone calls. This was when 2G was around.
Yeah.
And we used to listen to, my wife and I would just be shocked every day on Saturday and Sunday because the right around in our neighborhood, and I live in a very exclusive, rich neighborhood, but
that was sarcasm, or that was
no,
that was name dropping is what that was. Yeah.
No, there are $1 million homes. I don't live in one.
Oh wow.
There are $1 million homes like down.
You dropping, Don? Jeez.
Yeah.
But,
that's why he has the reflexes.
That's right. And a Mercury amp.
I live in a trailer park down by the river.
Yes, but I have a Mercury
At least
amp.
it's a trailer park and not just a van.
Yeah. Anyway, these real estate
Right.
women would call around because they had the cell phones, right? They'd call around. They'd pull up in front of your house that was for sale, and they'd call the other realtor and they'd say, "Hey, I need the lockbox code for address blah blah blah." So then you knew that there was nobody home. You knew what the lockbox code was, and you knew where the key was to the house. And they were all, of course, fully furnished because they were being shown. So it was just, I mean, a thief's paradise to sit and listen to those phone calls. And we kept thinking, why is this legal? Why is this legal? We didn't, I mean...
Was this in the suitcase phone days? Like when the phone was
So-
suitcase?
No, actually, when, like, I had a black Nokia in those days, you know.
You're talking like the 90s, right, Don?
Yeah, late.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
like mid-90s somewhere.
Don and I were talking about this in the chat. Back in the 90s, they wouldn't sell scanners that listened to cell phones straight out of the box, but you could hit the BBSs, the sketchy ones that Don went to, right?
Yeah.
Or buy books out of the back of magazines and barbershops that would tell you what diode to cut in your Pro 2006 scanner.
It's called a mod. Just gonna do a quick.
Yes, sir.
You got to do the Mars mod to it.
I had a whole bunch of. I had a book with like a whole ton of scanner mods on every scanner in the world, and so I bought a 2006 and made the mod. And Don's exactly right. You could hear, and I listened to I always aimed at the tower frequencies because then you could get both sides of the conversation.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard. I mean, and we're in the state capital here, so just let your imagination run wild with who all I caught on the phone.
I used to be amazed because so you indulge yourself in accidentally finding those conversations. Let's not implicate ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. So the one thing I meant to mention, it was back then, it was not illegal to listen to them.
Yeah.
It was illegal to divulge them according to the Electronic Communications Privacy Act of 86.
Okay, but however, this is so follow me on this. You're listening to some really crazy stuff, and just let that word crazy indulge your imagination. And then if you went to church on Sunday, there are those same people on church on Sunday, asking for forgiveness of their sins, and you know by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's ramping up again.
And thankfully, I did not go to church with the Attorney General or the governor. That's all I got to say.
Ooh.
Yeah, and see, it wasn't. So Don was saying that it's illegal, and I was like, I didn't know that, but I haven't listened to cell phones in a million years, right? And it used to be just illegal to divulge it. If I heard the Attorney General and the governor talking, I couldn't share that. That was the illegal part.
Well, the reason.
But then at some point, they passed a new federal law that made it illegal to not be readily modifiable to monitor cell frequencies.
The reason it became illegal was
The bastards.
one of the, and this was before. So one of the news agencies recorded Newt Gingrich having a private conversation with someone.
Yeah, I remember that.
A lobbyist, and so it came out in the paper, and there was nothing that Congress could do about it. But see, that threatened both sides. That was like, didn't matter whether you're Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, whatever you were, that was a threat to you because now they could just like record you and then.
That's right. We don't want our subjects to hear what we're talking about.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
They made it illegal to sell them now, to sell the scanners. That I have 2 scanners that I bought back in the 80s, and both of them will scan those frequencies. So I have some that were cut the diode and all that stuff. So
I got a little bit of history here that I want to show you guys. There's half of you, well, probably all of you, remember Radio Shack, right?
Oh, hell
Worked
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Worked it.
So,
Never gave him my phone number. Never.
Would not hire me.
We stopped asking for phone numbers. It just became zip codes.
I made those up too. Bastards.
Wouldn't hire me because I refuse to sell people batteries and warranties.
The battery warranties.
So I just want to share this, and then I'll leave and let somebody else come.
Kyle,
But
kick up your audio a little bit.
Yeah,
Seriously, kick
sorry.
up your audio just a little bit.
I'm not trying to blow everyone out. Can you? How about that? Is that better?
That's good.
That's as far as it's gonna go, buddy.
Oh boy.
Get the phone book out.
I don't know what's going on.
That's better right there.
All right. So this has been in a cabinet that I opened. Well, I had packed it and then put it in a cabinet, and I just discovered that I had this thing about 6 months ago. And I don't know if you guys remember these, but look what I found.
Oh my God.
Yep.
From 1992.
Different colors. It would be the same format. The only thing they would do is change the year and the color. Remember that?
Right.
I just threw mine out like a month ago, literally.
Excellent, Kyle. Excellent.
So I got volume 5. It's for Missouri here.
Look at that. That's right. It was all done by regions.
Yeah.
It was $9.95 in 1992. And of course, this is America's #1 reference guide to public safety and radio communications.
Oh my!
And if you go through this, it's yellowed, but it's got, I don't know if you can see that, but it would have Nebraska, right? And it would have all of the states, and then you could look it up through the city, and it would have the frequency and the public service.
Does it have Apes call sign in there?
Well, let me see if it's got.
Oh, that is Nebraska. Wait. Oh man.
So everybody knows this magazine. This magazine and this book, this catalog, is Radio Reference. The Radio Reference database before Radio Reference database popped in.
Good point.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's right.
I mean, it had. Look, this is great. This is like your first repeater. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, talk about a blast from the past, Kyle. That's
Yeah.
And look at it. We even saw the words line of sight, Kyle. They're talking about line of sight.
Right.
Wait, I think I saw that same question on my technician test.
Here's railroads.
Yes.
And you can still do railroads.
Still doing railroads. That's right.
I mean, this, like, I would literally just thumb through this as a kid. Well,
Yes.
I was 17 at the time. But, I mean, this was gold. This was absolute pure gold. If you had a scanner and you lived in a small town and you wanted to know where the popo was.
that was your Bible. That was
It
your
was, like,
Bible. It was better. It was almost better than your Playboy. I swear to God, that book was like
every
Lasted
single
longer.
friend of mine had one of these, and I just had purchased the 1992 edition. But like, we would go and say, all right, Joe Brett, you got this month, or Beer Snack, you've got that month, and we would trade off on who was going to buy the latest edition, and then we would literally we would go down and photocopying was
I was gonna say, we
the
used to go to
new
the library.
thing.
We go to
Right,
the
and we would
library.
photocopy
10 cents a page?
Yeah.
Was it 10 cents or 5
no,
cents a
no,
page?
it's like 50 cents a page.
Ooh.
y'all look at Jody's comment in the chat. That's awesome. The naked ham from the files of police calls.
So anyway, I just saw
great.
that. I just found that in my stash there. I was just like, oh man, that would be perfect to share.
Dude, I literally
That is
threw
great.
mine away like a month
you,
or so
Kyle.
ago. I was cleaning out my bookcase and I was like, I can't believe I still have this.
There's a site.
Hang on. Mel, thank you for stopping in, man. Thank you for hanging out with us and talking with us. I know
Mel's gotta
that
run?
you had some issues. Yeah, he had to drop out. His internet was going. You know, he was one of the 40 Starlink satellites that went out.
no,
And it's a Canada thing.
Yeah, we're all getting hacked right now and spied.
Moose ran into the power pole.
Moose ran into the power pole.
There
So,
was,
Mel, thank you, man. Thank you. Go ahead, Don.
Thank you, Mel.
sorry, I didn't. There was a link that I found that had a lot of those magazines where they had scanned every frickin' page out of it.
Oh wow.
And one of the ones that I used to read, I mean religiously read, even before I became a ham and after, was this thing called Monitoring Times. And they had
yeah.
every issue of Monitoring
That's right.
Times.
Monitoring Times. You're right.
But
yes.
I mean, there's all kinds of magazines on this site, all the way back to 1926.
Yeah.
And they cover amateur radio and just all kinds of stuff. I'll try to find the link. I dropped it in Toad's Discord, but I'll try to find it because it's just, I mean, it's loaded with information like this.
Yeah. It's
We used to run to the library, just like what Kyle was saying. But I remember
what?
one time the library.
He said it.
Whatever. We're not just.
I don't know what he was talking about until he figured. Yeah, I didn't know either. So
We put the book. But you know how the book is. You know how that book is, and if you put it on this to make the copy, it would cut off. And I remember we were racing because the lady who runs the building was we caused some books or some Dewey Decimal System to fall apart at the other end, and she went running, and then we hit the copy machine only in haste that we cut off some of the stuff that we needed. So we had to do it like 3 days later. We had to do the same diversion, but
the lie. The place with books.
the place with books.
The lady at the desk. The lady at the desk.
The
Oh
lady
my
at the
god,
desk who runs the place.
that's
But I was
awesome.
all this talk of like older
Jesus.
technology, analog, being able to hear the police and all that.
Yeah.
Man, it must have been so much easier to be a criminal like 30, 40 years ago. That's all I gotta
Oh, yeah.
say.
No, man, we had scanners back then, Molson.
Yeah.
I know, but it's just like everything seems so much like
Oh,
you didn't have-
everybody has Ring. Everyone has Ring right now.
you didn't have cameras, you didn't have CCTV, you didn't have like
That's true.
Facebook checking your Google whatever search.
Find my phone.
Man,
We
I
Twitter
had-
space and your face chat.
You know, we had whenever we would have parties out in the field, we'd bring some nerd that had the scanner in his car, and he would sit in his car, and they would be like, "All right, there's a party on 47 halfway down between the cornfields," and then he would come out and be like, "They're coming."
you know
Like Paul Revere.
What Kyle's not telling you is he was the nerd And he used to come out and be like, "They're coming, they're coming."
I pulled a shift once or twice.
We all had to. Listen, you either pull a shift, you either bring the cups, the red cups, or you bring some firewood. I mean, or you bring something else to supplement. It's, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you remember radar detectors, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the 70s, when I got into CB, what was the main use for it? Calling Smokey out. And that went on. That went on Channel 19.
Still does today.
Well,
Still does today.
CB was our original social network, right? I mean, we would go out on Friday night, and we had 8 Ball. We would all meet up on 8 Ball on Channel 8, and that's how we figured out what was going on.
Yeah.
Totally different 8 Ball than I was thinking.
I wasn't touching that, man.
Well, there might have been some of that going on, too.
I saw you shaking a little bit.
So, guys, we have a guest coming on to join us, and
hang on, Daniel.
I have
Read
to
the
share
comment that's
something.
pinned.
I got
Read
it.
the comments
I got
that's
it.
pinned.
Yeah, what? I got it.
Did you?
Look.
No, read
Yeah.
the comment, not the comment in the private chat. The comment.
Oh, what's that?
Oh Lord, is that? Oh, so that's our warning.
What that? Is it the plaid shirt that's doing it right now?
Well, that too.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just gonna play this there, Beer Snack. He wants us to play this first, so here we go.
Hello, I'm Tank Radio. I need to address something to my friends, my family, and especially my Ham fan. I've been hit up today on Twitter, Discord, text messages, and even some phone calls about my brother Hank. I talked to him since he made the news, and he assures me that he's heading home soon. Until then, I asked the Lake Tahoe area to leave your leftover pizza outside while he makes his way back to his forest home. Until next time, to all the tankers out there, go forth and conquer.
What?
He was so serious too.
3,
I've
2,
never seen that.
1.
Hi, y'all. It's been an important day for me. I had to release some important information, so I am not my usual self here. Everyone has been so worried about my brother bear Frank over in the Lake Tahoe area, and I just had to release that. I literally today got text messages. Now I'm being serious. Text messages, 2 phone calls, Twitter at messages, and Discord, like 4 different ones about Hank. And I just know what I had to make a video out of it.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Apparently, Lake Tahoe has a bear, 500-pound bear that has been out on the loose, breaking into homes, and his favorite food is pizza. Leftover pizza that he's been breaking into homes and eating out of fridges, counters, wherever he can find it.
Wow.
I'm confused. What's going on? There's a bear on the loose.
There's a
There's
bear.
a
On
bear.
the loose.
There's wait. Hold on.
There's
Hold on.
bears
There's a
out
bar loose in Texas.
Yeah.
There's a
Here-
bear.
here?
It's
There's a bear.
there's a bear that's out
a
in
bear.
nature that decided that it wants to get a danger boop.
Yeah, but your guys,
doggo.
Anime.
your guys' bears are like aren't your Texas bears like your deer? They're like super tiny. Like
Super
you guys,
tiny.
I see your hunting
Size
videos.
doesn't matter, Dan.
Well,
That's
sure
what
it
she said. But
That's right.
does.
who's lying to you, Jim?
Could be a ferocious bear.
Yeah, well, listen, it's like your guys' deer. You're like, oh, that's a big buck. I watch hunting videos from guys in Texas, and it's like that's like a baby.
Yeah, they're kind of small compared to what they can get on else places. But
Yeah.
literally, I've been hit up like 6 times about that bear today, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lean into it, and I need to address it on my channel.
Well, I'm with Vern. How does the bear relate to you, Frank? Because the bear is named Frank.
His bear name is Hank,
Hank.
and his nickname is Hank the Tank.
Because I was not really making that connection at all.
One make
But the
2.
but the difference is that Hank probably has the gun to justify the tank.
Maybe we should have explained that in the video.
Or the barrel.
that the bear was named Hank the Tank.
Oh,
Frank, can you
Yeah.
remake that and come back next week?
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Sure,
That's
I
a-
can re-render it right now.
That's a C student video there. We need.
Frank, come on. Frank, come on at 1 minute before the show.
I was still stuck on the 8
Bird.
So that bear is terrorizing them in Lake Tahoe, right?
Yep, breaking into houses, eating food.
The poor
Apparently a
people
lot
of Lake
pizza.
Tahoe and their
Well, that's what I'm
$1 million
thinking,
homes.
man.
It's
That's
all
terrible.
over the national news, I guess, because I'm getting a lot of people.
Hold on, wait.
Really?
Not
This
the
is the
news I
first-
see.
This is the first I'm hearing about the bear on the other side of the country from me that's terrorizing people and eating pizza. Okay,
Right.
I got 2 empty pizza boxes over here, and I just want to make I just want to hang out with somebody. And
Hold on,
and he's all the way over
Breaking
there.
news. Breaking news. Putin says he's not going to invade Ukraine because of the bear right now. We need to take care of the bear right now.
I was gonna, Izzo, that's right. I was going to say the only bear I heard about is the one across the pond. So I missed the whole wild
man.
Lake Tahoe bear.
Is it Mike? Kate and MID's
Start all over. Rewind.
Did you learn that at the library?
As Steve Martin said,
the place with books. I don't know what I was gonna say. I was thinking of Mike K8MRD and Kate came out.
The next time you do that, we're gonna have Shaq and Greg translate for you.
Yeah.
He's gonna be your translator.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let that comment go. You guys can keep going.
I'm gonna drop, guys. So
Don, thanks for hopping in, man.
Later,
Always
Don.
good to see you.
comments.
Have a good night.
Aaron, help us. Aaron, help us, please.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think there's any help other than join in.
The water's warm, brother. The water's
That's
warm.
right. It'd be
And
nice
now
for a
this
change
song
up there.
is stuck in
And
my
someone
head.
might have
Thanks.
peed in one end of the
No
pool.
problem.
We're not sure.
Hey, did you see I hung a sign or one of my pictures?
Still
Wait,
cricket.
hold on. No, that's because the bookcase is crooked.
No,
He lined it up against the bookcase.
Or is the house crooked? Is the house sinking on one side?
The
Yes.
camera's tilted.
No,
the
whenever you
camera's
go to
level.
Pigeon
I love
Forge
it.
or Gatlinburg, and that
Ooh.
building is upside down, you know.
Mhm.
The 8 is silent.
The 8 is silent.
For
I was
those of
going to
you who
say
went to
Mike's
Ham-
favorite food is pizza, and I was going to try and relate that to the Frank the Bear tank or whatever the hell that thing's called. But it took a diving, flaming ball of turd.
No, Vern. No, Vern. Unfortunately, they're not. There are no 8 balls tonight. At least at the moment.
Something
Shaq and
tells
Greg.
me. Something tells me Greg is talking from experience. So this is your public safety announcement for tonight.
One of y'all Google that. Let's put it up on the screen.
If you're
No.
if you're at work, do not do that at work. Something tells
All right.
You're going to visit from HR and InfoSec on that one.
So we got a guy that likes to jump out of planes coming in too.
There he is.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood.
The man,
Hola.
the legend.
Buenas noches,
Hello.
muchachos. ¿Cómo están?
Salute.
Liz, he combed his hair tonight too. Look at him.
Vaya.
He combed his hair. Look at him. He
Bring your
looks
camera
handsome.
down. Let's see part of
Yeah,
your
come
hairy
on.
chest there.
Oh,
Look at that. Look at that.
I have a shirt on, you know.
Look at him. Look at all debonair.
thank you, Jesus.
Listen, I've told many people already this, and I'll tell you. Jesus is my cousin. I'm Carlos. Will Del Mori here.
Greatness.
Remember Harambe?
Are we still talking about 2600?
I don't know what the hell we're talking about right now.
Carlos,
Someone
we're talking
says-
about a lot of things, man. We've
Magazine,
gone
by the
back
way.
and forth between the pay phones and scanners, and it somewhere around the somebody said something about an 8 ball, and I got disappointed.
So Don was
circling down around the
talking
left.
about the 2600 whistle, wasn't there? And I don't have personal experience with this that I would admit
Liar.
to. Was it? I did not inhale. Was there not a gadget you could get? You didn't have to talk to anybody. I rember it being almost automated.
A food box. You could buy can
Yeah.
make a food box with components out of that Radio Shack. Don't ask me how I know these things.
Right. I actually really never did it, but I knew it was actually pretty easy, and you didn't have to talk to anybody to do it.
Who remembers Phreak magazine?
Oh yeah,
How about 2600?
2600 and Frack. Mhm.
Yeah.
If 2600 was actually published, Phreak was underground all the way. You may
That
still
was
like
like
Phreak online somewhere.
Was it?
right.
It was printed. It was like on papers. I mean, it wasn't like a real magazine. It was like church bulletin paper or something. You know.
What was the
Only
contents?
you printed it yourself. It was always a download file.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had
what
to
content?
spit it out to your pin printer.
I remember reading it. I just don't remember where I got
You had
it
to
from.
dial into a BBS to get it.
Yeah, I did a lot of that.
All right, real quick,
300
I have to
baud.
interrupt. I'm interrupting. This is me interrupting because Daniel completely missed what I was talking about earlier. All right. There are some new people on the stream that need to be nominated. Did I break it down enough for you, Daniel?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Where
and I
is it?
said, go ahead.
No,
Oh, wait, where is he?
Before, when you decided to play Frank's video instead of.
Because it was greatness.
So I have two people that need to be nominated in tonight. All right.
Go ahead.
So we got Mel, and we have
The Zero Jam.
and we have Jim.
Jam.
Oh,
I second that motion. If you're making the motion, I second it.
Absolutely.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Welcome
All
to the Ham
opposed?
Radio Clubhouse, boys.
All opposed?
I'll just say yes, just to say somebody opposed. I oppose. Nay.
I abstain. Did I
My
abstain?
token. Molson's our token objection.
Yes.
That's
It
right.
keeps it legal.
Very
keeps
good.
y'all
Welcome to the
honest.
club.
Well, thank you, fellas.
Everybody
So
else
welcome.
who's here is Aaron. You've been on before, eh? You've been nominated to the
Yes.
clubhouse?
Once or
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Frank, are you a member, Frank?
Oh yes.
How about the bear?
yeah.
How about the bear? Do we need to nominate the bear?
He was
Does the
in-
bear have a call sign?
Not yet.
No,
Does the
can't.
bear
Oh,
yell
can't.
into
no,
his
no, No,
microphone?
no. Remember,
We can't do it.
Not yet.
can't do it, beer snack. What do we say?
There's no more no call signs.
There's no more
That's,
call signs.
There's only
sacred.
one person in the history of this club that'll ever have no call signs.
Yeah,
who's
we'll
a
just
club
leave it
member.
at that. We'll just leave it at that, guys.
Mhm.
I nominate the bear. Very good, Ed.
Ben Williams says so. Molson blackballed his uncle. I don't know what that means, but sounds about right. Yeah. But
I have no idea
so,
what that means, but it's true.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
I'll give
if we're
it to
going to
you.
nominate the bear, we can. It would have to be for animals because, and then when Junie comes back, we can do the ducks for Moochie.
Listen, if you start nominating animals, then this whole club is a joke. Not happening.
No, it is not. Moochie, no, listen, we have you on tape. Moochie liked you, and you liked Moochie.
But do you have an ape?
Ooh.
We
Do
all
you
have-
have an ape?
We have to have a call sign, bro, and it has to be
We-
disclosed.
we
So
all
have to-
share
we
an
have to
ape.
put it-
We all
This
share
is-
the ape.
We have
He's
to
like
put
the
it
public- public service ape.
Hold on. But he's already he was nominated in prior to Sue, so he's already on the rolls.
Vern, good night, brother.
Oh.
Vern's leaving.
Good night,
guys.
Vern.
Good night, Vern.
Good night,
See you,
Vern.
Vern.
See you, Vern.
Well,
What is that?
Aaron,
Oh,
Talking
yeah.
about a token.
Aaron, these things are awesome,
Oh,
man.
that's pretty awesome.
They were
Shit,
neat.
Is that why you asked for my address there, Aaron?
Hold on.
Yeah.
You know,
Is that 3D printed?
Yep.
Look at the
Oh, that's a-
detail, man.
That's
Wow.
a good
Awesome.
detail in that.
That's
what do I
beautiful.
got to do to get one?
that's
Was that
asking.
a regular?
All 6 of you
that's
guys
asking
got
for
one in the
bronze
mail.
tattoo.
Nice.
Okay.
Was that a regular 0.4 nozzle, or did you go finer on that?
I tried to go finer. I couldn't get it to work, so I went back to a 0.4, but I cheated my slicer program to make it think it was running on a 0.3
Okay,
Hey,
Wait,
Aaron,
wait. How did you make that? How did you make
that
that?
detail is great.
on my 3D printer.
I was gonna
Nope.
say,
Hit
come on,
it.
Aaron. You gotta say you snapped your fingers or you put it on the CNC and just took it out of a solid chunk
Yeah.
of plastic.
Yeah, I made 6 of them. And mailed
I
them
didn't
out to
know.
all
No,
6
I
of you
didn't know
guys.
if he was if
That's
he
awesome.
caught a rock and it was with a chisel and a hammer and you know
I might
be
look
pretty
a little
hardcore,
cool,
but-
but I'm not quite that bad.
a dental a dental piece or a dental
Aaron,
dam.
you put it to my name, right?
Yeah, to the
Because he
address
said-
you gave me.
Yeah, you sent it to my office, so I want to make sure you put it to my name. Cool.
Yep.
Oh,
Your,
not
Your
my
your
name.
name.
government name, or
someone else
And
got
your
it
call
now.
sign.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. I'll get it. Hasn't arrived yet, but yeah, you guys, you're coming to Canada. Like the last time, dude sent me something. I think it took like a month to get.
I had to fill out customs paperwork to send
It's
it
sitting
to
at
you.
a trucker rally right now.
All
Aaron, you
have to
could have
do
just
for that
chucked
is
it
just
across
write-
the lake.
I should have just told them
Skip
meet me
it.
at the border. It would have been quicker.
You should have gave. Listen, you should
Dude,
have
I
gave
can't
it to Carl. You should have
Custom.
gave
You
it to
can't go stand at
Carlos.
the border these days, okay? That's not happening.
No, just give it to Carlos, and Carlos will parachute it in for you.
There you go.
Yes,
That's right.
That'd be a hell of a lot faster.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Aaron, you have to do the little customs slip and all that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Molson, I had to.
I had to go up to the counter when I sent him something. And I'm like, what is this? Do I need to go to my congressman or something?
Joe
I couldn't believe it.
Preston,
Took
do
me
you know
longer to
who I
fill that
am?
out than making
Yeah.
the damn coin.
I am a YouTube celebrity of note.
The guy at the counter was like, just put something. It doesn't matter. I'm like, no, this thing has wires. I'm not putting just anything. They see wires.
I'm,
I love it. I love
I'm
it when they
surprised
ask-
they've got paper in Mississippi.
How about that? Only at the post office.
I love it when they ask, "Is there anything fragile in
It's
there?"
not construction
explosive?"
paper.
I
You can
do
get that
have
at the Dollar Tree.
I do have a U.S. address. I do have a U.S. address that's just over that I could ship to, but it's
So
just
I
too
had to
complicated.
mail something to Santiago, and he has a Miami drop operation of some sort.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause it was-
whoa.
I'm just saying,
Well, that's sort of like most. I'll bet you.
there's a
most-
Miami to
Miami.
Dominican connection going on.
So,
Okay.
so he's got the Miami. It goes on a cigarette boat, and then it goes down to it goes down to the Dominican.
So Molson's goes to
It's like Miami
KAMRD. It goes to Mike's mom's house, probably, and you know. Where's MRD? Let's get him going here.
What I
Here
can't
we go.
believe
There he is.
Izzo, you live the closest
There,
to
boy.
me, and you haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, go figure.
I mailed them all out at the same time, but yet you and Molson are the only ones that haven't got it yet. I don't know.
Monday was the holiday, so
Yeah.
So Hank the Tank never operates QRO, only barefoot.
Oh,
That is like a dad joke right there.
there you go.
I
That's
love
the
it.
best one
Yes,
so
yes,
far.
it's not
It's a
like a
dad
dad
joke,
joke,
though.
Jim. It is.
That is a
it
dad joke.
It is a dad joke.
Full dad. He went full dad.
Yes, you did. Jody, congratulations! You've won the chat tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jody.
So if Carlos delivers that by hand after he parachutes in, that's like us invading Canada, right? So we don't own the whole country. Then we could change it to miles per freedom unit or something, or miles per Miller beer.
Oh, it's freedom.
If he drops in, can he claim squatters' rights?
I'm saying,
I'm just thinking.
Carlos
I'm
can
thinking
annex
American
Canada
land
for
is
us.
Separatist part of Canada. What do you think, huh?
Do what?
What's that?
Do what?
I
Say
may
it
be just
again.
landing in the separatist part of Canada.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Where's that?
Let me tell you.
Russia's only invading the
If you're-
separatist parts of the Ukraine.
If you're talking
their story.
Hey,
Quebec,
Terry.
you don't want to go like, yeah, that's bad. You don't like, yeah.
So,
No,
Aaron,
nobody-
these
nobody
these,
wants
these
to
awesome
do that.
tokens, all right, that you made, all right.
Yep.
You still have the ATL, ATL, STL file, right? I'm looking at my keyboard like, oh,
I
wrong letter.
do.
You still have the STL file.
Yeah.
Will you share that STL file with other members and anybody in this chat?
No. You got to
No,
use those
keep
as
it-
challenge coins and
Yeah.
and only send those out to people that do good things.
Aaron, send this STL file to Steve and send a copy to Kyle for us, please. Because I know Kyle can 3D print these. I know Steve can do it. I don't know who
Yeah,
else.
but we got to do a quality check because that looks pretty. I haven't seen anybody. I have to say it from what I
That's,
see in the video. That's some high quality 3D printing.
looks
I don't know if
good.
anybody else can compete with that. I think Aaron needs to judge the printing. We
I
have
mean,
to
I
have
would like to.
quality
I would like to
standards.
try, but that's Aaron did some voodoo on that coin. It looks good.
I've only had my
Look really
printer
good
for a
I mean,
month.
especially for 3D
I got
print.
it for Christmas.
Get out of town, dude. You've been doing nothing else. Apparently, that's a good job.
that's
Well, I
because
burned
you're
up my
making winter
hot
up
end. I
there.
got to replace that now before I can print
You've
anymore.
been
Freaking
you've
winter.
been printing.
The man can't do any barbecuing, right? He can't be smoking meat right now. It's too damn cold up there. So this is what he's gonna do, right?
Listen, that's a myth. I do barbecue in the cold too, so that's a myth.
Yeah, but Carl,
I mean, you're
your cold
cooking with
isn't my
fire.
cold,
Geez,
probably.
it can't be that cold.
Actually,
All
the
right,
hardest
so,
part
okay.
is thawing out the egg.
All right, so I think that's what we'll do. All right.
Aaron,
That's
what
exactly
what
I'm
type
gonna
of
do.
printer did you get?
I got an Ender 3 Pro that I did some mods to already.
Of course
All
you
right, guys,
did.
hold on. Guys, hold on 1 second. So the Ham Radio Adventure guys, James, the answer is no. He's not going to send you a copy, not until you and Molson do a poto off or something, and then the winner will get it. So tell you what.
See, my thoughts is I did 6 for the original HRC, and then if you guys wanted more printed to hand out as you saw fit, that would kind of my thoughts on it. But
there you go.
That's up to you.
Yeah,
guys.
let's
Hold on,
talk
hold on,
afterwards
hold
with
on.
Aaron before we
Hold
make
on.
commitments on that.
Hold on. I will do one right now. Hold on a second. Share screen. Stat tab would do.
Hold on.
Tab do.
You
So
know,
we
we
have
have
a
got it. It
session
took
here?
just under 3 hours to print those.
You
Is
have
that super fine?
this is token.
0.12.
If you want a token, if you would like to get a token, type token in the chat, and you have about 30 seconds.
Holy
Once I
crap!
figure
There's
out
only
how to start
69 people here. What happened to when it was 82? You guys missed out. This is what happens, guys. This is why you don't go away.
I think I joined the
Stop
stream.
us. That usually causes it.
I think I said library.
Library.
All lowercase, Ariel.
Library, the place with
Ben,
books.
Ben, you spelt it wrong. It's not going to work, Ben. Mel, you spelled. Look at these guys. Mel.
Oh my gosh! Look at the
typed it wrong.
dyslexia going on here.
They're all getting nervous. They're all
Capitalization counts, boys, girls.
You know why all those people left
Way to go,
when you
Scout.
said librarian is because they went on incognito mode and they searched for a librarian.
All right, we got 10, 9, 8, 7,
Richard.
6.
They're about 20 seconds behind us, Beer Sack, so
5,
that's not fair.
4, 3. Well, listen, right here. You see that? We're at 47 seconds. So
Ed
should I wait
Sweeney.
till a whole minute? Taking token girlfriend.
And Ron with the reefer spelling or whatever that is going on.
Almost, Jeff.
Token. All right, we got 49 entries.
Do it.
That's all she wrote.
I'm a
All right, who's
joker.
getting
I'm a smoker.
I'm a midnight
Midnight
toker.
toker.
I'm a midnight
Oh.
toker.
I got happy for a second.
Hey!
Scott, congratulations.
For the win.
Scott, you're gonna get one. I'm a smoking. I'm a token.
Just to
All right,
show you, it
I got
wasn't
you
a
written down
fluke.
here.
We're doing a little Steve Miller here, aren't we?
See,
tonight?
see, I made the 6 of those, and they all come out pretty much the same. But to show it wasn't completely a fluke, I did make 2 others for my local club. I've got this one that says Thousand Islands
Hold on.
Repeater Club on it with our club call sign.
Hold on.
And then I
I
made
Yeah,
one
that's
because
a
we got a
big deal.
Ham Fest coming up the same as Dayton, and it says Ham Fest 2022 on it.
James
Can-
win.
Can you grab one that was made with that had spaghetti on it and send it to Tank?
Spaghetti? Where's spaghetti come from?
It's for the bear.
Spaghetti is what whenever your 3D printer goes aloof.
Oh,
Right.
It's called spaghetti.
A little bit of
Aaron,
trial
you're-
and error there to get it dialed in, but I got
Did
it.
you do that design in like Fusion 360 or Tinkercad or something?
Yeah,
You take
yeah,
a picture
I did
and
it
then
in on Tinkercad and pulled it in and did a lot of tweaking and playing around with it. till like
Oh,
Kinda
Aaron
came
and I
out
have been
right.
back and forth for a couple weeks before he put these out. There was a lot of going back and forth.
I have not done hardly anything in Tinkercad. I think I made a circle.
Well, you can see behind me my rotor that I've got going that I made for satellite tracking. I printed that all myself, designed on Tinkercad, and then printed out the whole fan and tilt system that I just did a video on and put out using servo motors. I was playing
Very
around
cool.
tonight, mounting it on a tripod. To
Oh,
see
very
if I
cool.
got it.
I think we're gonna have to have a hey guys. We're gonna have to have a show about this. This is
What
this is
about
an
a
upcoming show.
satellite tracker?
No,
You know what?
The whole printing stuff. What are you printing? We're gonna call it. What are you
So
printing?
here we go. No, we can do it about the satellite stuff because we could also have Bean and Ant come back and compare what their rotor is to the homebrew that Aaron is doing.
There you go. That too.
Aaron, what are you driving that with? A pie or something?
Drino, we're a friend of
Okay.
mine that's doing it with me in our local club. He's actually working on the sketch. So
Okay.
we're not taking anything from other versions that are like this. We're kind of building it completely ourselves. Gonna try to make it where we can loop right into like Ham Radio Deluxe with the satellite tracking or something like that. Or you
Oh, yeah,
download all
that'd
the
be-
source files and then go out and just tell it lock on.
And no more,
Aaron-
no more of this crap while you're trying to talk on the radio at the same time.
Well,
Right.
well, you probably still have. If it's the arrow, you still have to adjust the polarization.
But you can
What
make the
what I've
dingus
seen,
turn,
Frank, is
man.
They put them in the
Ooh.
cradle at an angle on the arrow, so
Ah.
they're almost forming an X with all the elements.
Oh, and fake and rotating it. Yeah, that'd work.
When you put it in, it's already set like this. It's not they don't do this axis on it. They just go.
But the satellite
X and
does
Y.
wobble and rotate, so you got to change your polarization along.
Well,
with
yeah,
the
but if you
angle
do,
inclination.
well, I mean, if you do an X, you're kind of halfway between this polarization or that polarization, right?
It's only 20 decibels. You're fine.
I agree, but I sometimes
and you're tracking it, so I mean, it'll be. I don't know.
So here's the
I
other
heard
thing. So
major differences from this to this on my arrow.
Yeah.
So
And-
instead of because
I,
it's 20
Oh,
decibel difference
that's
when
why
you're
I've got the
when you're
L
off
logic
of the
instead.
I was literally
when you're
talking
off polarization.
about this to N8YO yesterday.
So yeah, because when you're off polarization, you lose 20 decibels. You lose signal because you're not on the same plane. All right? So the other option you could do is you could do a corkscrew. You make a corkscrew antenna.
Yeah.
The egg beater. Yeah.
Helico.
No. Not an egg beater. A corkscrew.
Okay.
Where it's a spiral instead of
Helical.
just straight elements.
Helical, yeah.
A
Helical.
circular polarized.
There you
But
go.
they're not as effective. They're not as.
No, but you don't
they're
lose
not
20
as-
dB. You lose, if I remember right, it's 7.5 dB.
You don't lose as much on the receive or transmit end. You only lose. You're not losing because of a full 90-degree polarization because it's still receiving some part of the signal.
Hey, hold on, Aaron. Are you near Watertown?
Yeah, I'm about 20 miles south of Watertown.
Both of you go stand outside and throw it across the.
Yeah, you're really not far from me. You're like
I
an
told you
hour.
I wasn't. I
an
could
hour
probably
drive,
talk
an
to you
hour
on
and
2
20
meters.
minutes.
Daniel,
Probably. We
Aaron,
should try that.
Do either one
after.
of you have? Do either one of you have a drone?
Nope.
No.
Do you-
I
say
hadn't got into that yet.
Aaron would have spent less
Aaron
time at the
Kirschen.
post office filling out the forms.
Can one of you light a big fire and just
I've-
the
I've
whole?
talked to guys in Kingston on a repeater from right here at the house.
Yeah, I can get down to shoot. I forget what it's
Mike's
called.
house.
Anyways,
Just go down. to
I can
Mike's
get
house.
pretty far.
You
I
guys
can
should
get
just
pretty
meet
far.
at the border and just take a slingshot and sling it over there.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, just maybe a
You want my potato
brush,
gun?
You know what?
a
I'm gonna
brush
try
pass at the
repeater.
bathroom or something. You
My
know,
We're gonna try this.
potato gun, shoot that thing
Beer
away.
snack, just
Aaron-
tell me how you want to work that as far as sending that coin. Once I get the printer up and working again, I got
We'll
a new hot end coming. So once I get it
We'll
installed,
talk.
that way you
I'll
can
let you know.
send-
We'll
let me know
talk.
who needs it and we can get it taken care of for them.
Oh yeah, Scott will get one. Scott one.
Corn Pop's ghost. Someone highlight that comment.
Hold on,
see if
going up.
No, I don't know about that.
Aaron, are you near your radio?
Yeah, it's sitting right next to me.
All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna find a repeater that we should both be able to
Carlos,
hit,
there's
and then
nothing
I'll
wrong
let you know.
with going swimming with bow-legged women. That's all I'm going to say to you.
This
Nothing
one.
wrong with it.
I bet you could probably hit the 147, 135.
That's not
That's just
that's
the,
not the comment I meant to say highlight, but okay.
Okay, which okay, my
Oh, this one.
I wondered what the hell he was laughing at. I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to scroll back through comments.
Jeez.
Well,
I am
fat
not
bottom
repeating
girls
that.
make the rock and world go round, baby. You
Yes,
know,
they do. Oh my lord, where are we at? 144. All right, Scott, we're gonna get you a token. It'll be on its way to you.
Yeah, Izzo, I can't believe you still ain't received it. Because even Steve got his the other day.
I got mine last week. I turned around. I said to the guys, I said, "Hey, did you guys get any mail from Aaron?" They're like, "Why?" I was like, "Ha ha, I did."
A Jersey connection.
Yeah, except
on the
Don,
one-
you're
not as-
closer than I am.
It's not too bad to read, but on that one edge, it's actually got your guys' YouTube link embedded in it. So
Somebody programming a radio?
No, I heard the beeps and I'm like, it sounds like somebody's programming a microwave. Who's going for popcorn?
Popcorn?
I'm setting up the popcorn to go,
Popcorn's so evil.
All right, so real quick, hey Tank,
Yes, sir.
you were on Josh's podcast from Hamcation. Okay,
I was. Yes.
there was no warning. There was no warning.
I got nothing for that.
I had earbuds in.
What I miss?
That's why he's talking loud now.
It's still, and this was a couple days ago when I finally got to listen to it. It still hurts in this ear. Thank you.
Blame Josh. Josh and be on his next one.
Well, you know what? No, it was great. It was great. And you know what? I like that quick format of his. You know, that was a great one, Josh. And keep that short format.
I watched
short it up to that.
I watched it in one burst, or listened to it in one burst, 30 minutes. For everyone else, Josh went around the Hamcation and asked everyone if you could do one thing to improve the hobby, what would it be?
Yes.
And he went around and asked everyone, and he eventually gave me the mic.
I believe the tower's in Fine, New York, if you look at Repeater Book, which it's
I'm trying to talk over it. And he handed me the mic, and I was like, and everyone around him was like, don't do tank radio. Don't do tank radio. I was like, fine, I won't do a tank radio. And I just got on and started talking, and at the end, though, I blew it out. I held the mic up out here, and I did it, and everyone just fell out.
Hey, guys, who wants to listen to Molson and Aaron right now?
Well, hang on. Before we get to Molson and Aaron. So the question that was posed on the podcast from 2 weeks ago was, what can you do right now to generate interest in the hobby, right? Mm-hmm. Well, Josh's thing is you start wearing his HT full-time. Okay?
Worked.
There we go. Got Molson in the log on 2 meter.
Nice.
Wait, was it sideband?
No, over the repeater.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
And Molson, that repeater does on every morning the International Rooster roster at 7:30.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it's been going on since '92.
Kyle, we're in the wrong part of the country, aren't we?
Yeah, they call it the Rooster roster because you're getting up first thing in the morning.
We go
but wait. Is it all guys that check in?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say something too,
but it may have been.
I'm waiting for Shaq and Greg. to say something.
So it's not a big cockfight.
I think that net is going on literally every morning, 7 days
there
a week,
it is.
7:30, since like '92 or something like that. It's crazy.
We go from how to get people interested in ham radio to the Rooster roster.
But, listen, the two of them were talking off, on camera, around the other way. They weren't talking live to us; they were talking live to each other. Yes, Scout, I do know that the game with Tank, but I was not expecting Tank to be on that at that very instant. Okay, and it happened. And anyway, so what is one thing right now that you can do to help promote the hobby, Don?
Mentor somebody.
Joe,
you gotta tell them what it's about. I mean, it's the same thing as Don, really. It's just like me. I never was interested in HF till somebody actually showed it to me.
Daniel,
just show people. I don't know. Tell them the government doesn't track you as much.
I think they track us more. Have your elevator pitch ready with what ham radio is all about, because a lot of people will come up and, what do you talk to Mars or something on that, man? Yeah. Point out that ham radio is a hobby of hobbies.
But you can turn around if they ask you if you're talking to Mars. You can turn around. If you are Mars involved, you could say yes.
Well, okay, there's that too. But have that elevator pitch ready about a short idea of what it's about. I don't know that I'd wear my HT, especially if I was single. I mean, I'm old now and well married, so I don't care. But, single guys should not wear an HT. Nope. Negative.
All right, cool. Good answer. Kyle.
Promote the hobby outside of the hobby to RC clubs and metal detecting clubs and Boy Scouts and
public safety.
Public safety and Jeepers and Overlanders and all of these groups that have this common thread. Go out and present ham radio at one of their clubs and get more people knowing about ham radio. There you go.
Good point. Ham radio adjacent hobbies.
Ham radio adjacent hobbies. Very cool. Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
Aaron.
I think I'm going to keep doing what I've been. I keep trying to build all kinds of new stuff, and I share it with anybody that's willing to check it out or listen, whether they're radio or not.
Yeah.
It kind of piques interest.
Well, even people that aren't willing, right?
Yeah, that's right. I share it with anybody. Probably like when I sent you the email, like, what the hell does this guy want now?
No, it was really cool. Like I got an email. I'm like, Aaron, what's it? Click, click. Ooh, toys. Keep going. So yeah, Tank.
Y'all heard my comments. Go ahead and listen go ahead and listen to that short podcast that Josh released, about 30 minutes, and there are my comments on Tank. No, I'm not going to do it.
So real quick, the podcast for Ham Radio Crash Course is anywhere from 3.5 to 5-6 hours. Okay,
Yes.
if you're not listening, for those of you in the 1X crew, all right, more power to you. Okay,
No.
I got to listen to 1.4 or I lose.
2x at minimum.
My ADD kicks in. I listened to it 1X for the one episode
1X.
from Hamcation. All right,
1X.
it was amazing. So yes, Ham Radio Crash Course is an awesome podcast. Where do we go? What are we laughing at, Jim?
Greg. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Zeus.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Nope, not happening. Nope.
Oh, God. That is awesome,
Since
man.
it's on the screen, everybody, Shaq and Greg says he went to the Girl Scouts with his HT on and asked them if they like handies. They told me to leave. Good night, everybody.
If you're listening on the podcast, just keep to the center of the road.
He met with the scout leaders anyway. That's what he was talking.
Yes.
I,
All right.
I got a better
Surely.
answer now, Beer Kit.
Beer can?
Beer can.
Beer cans? Wow, Tank. That's it. That's
How much
it.
of the bottles left, Tank?
No. He's no longer Tank. He's not Tank anymore.
I'm Tank.
Okay? No. He's not Tank. He's
Baby
Urban
Bear?
Assault Vehicle now.
Baby
Urban
Bear?
Assault Vehicle. He's UAV now.
I'm gonna call him Taxi Cab.
How about Boo Boo?
We call him Bradley.
Bradley Bear?
Go ahead, Tank.
I was going to say, we shortened Josh's podcast down to an hour because him and Leia going back and forth actually talking about radio can and has opened up that hobby to a lot of YLs who are kind of forced to listen to it, but they don't want to listen to the 3.5 hours of emails. You just take that part out and just shorten it and I think that will help out the hobby a lot. Carlos, you're next.
Carlos, what you got?
Two easy things. One of them has already been talked about. If you know a Boy Scout, easily get them their merit badge, right? And get them interested in the idea of going beyond the merit badge for ham radio. That's an easy one. Almost all of us know a Boy Scout or two. Okay? The other one is really, really simple. Parks on the Air. I have yet to have a Parks on the Air activation where someone didn't approach me and said, what in the world are you doing? And what I do is this. I'm talking around the world and I hand them the mic and I say these things. And I have a little piece of paper that says Kilo, Delta, Niner, Oscar, Lima, November at Park, Kilo, blah, 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 Parks on the Air. And they go, really? I'm like, no, really, it's okay. Perfectly fine. I have the license. I'm supervising you say it. And they go and they go, and they hear the pile up and they go, what do I say now? I'm like, well, who did you hear best there? Did you hear an Oscar Tango there? Say, Oscar Tango, come back. And the thing is that the action of getting them their first cues, though, gets that earworm in their head that goes, I got to do that. It's simple. Put the microphone in someone's hand.
Very
like,
interesting.
Don't give them a chance to say no. Don't say, would you like to? No. You just put that microphone in their hand and say, these are the words you say. Follow along the script. And then I'll guide you through it. Get them a QSO on their own. Almost like immediately after, like you can pause your activation and say, talk to them for a few minutes, and all they want to go is, so what do I need to do? So when do they do the testing, and how do I study? Because that interaction with from someone, from being like, I do my park activations largely in Indiana, of course. So, I really just talked to Florida. Yeah, you just talked to Florida. I really just talked to New Mexico. Yeah, and Texas. Yeah, like that interaction sparks it.
I think that and you jumping out of a perfectly good plane, keep doing that.
It's not a perfectly good plane. We've seen pictures of these planes. They're not perfectly good. So
the ones I'm flying, I would call kind of sketchy on a good day. In 1985, they were sketchy.
Well, listen, he's jumping out of an airplane. It's not like he's, flying a gun with wings, which is like one of my favorite aircraft ever.
Right.
So John Hummel Newell, someone asked me if I talked to Martians. I said yes. They were trying to sell me a used rover.
That's great. I gotta use that one sometime.
The other podcast that I always promote, because it's also an amazing podcast.
Awesome.
And
I agree.
And 8060M Dennis.
Adam Dennis.
All right. He does say no need for 2X on Hamdom Thoughts. If you listen to Dennis at 2X, there's something wrong with you, because it's perfectly fine at 1X, and it's Dennis. His interview style is amazing. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, somebody bought a beer.
Oh,
but thank you. Thank you. Cheers to you. So, but Dennis's podcast, a bunch of us on the screen have been interviewed by Dennis. It doesn't feel like an interview. It's just two guys hanging out and talking and BSing. Jim, have you been on there?
No.
Maybe
Dennis.
Maybe we should fix that.
Dennis.
Who else?
Oh, y'all really? I'm trying to catch up on episodes. I just found out about it a couple months ago.
Oh, it's a great show.
I'm in the same boat. I'm catching up, but I listen on 2X.
So
I'm sorry. I listen on 1X, Dennis, all the time.
My picture frame has not been the same since. It got straight crooked from that podcast, and it stayed that way.
So yeah,
were you dancing on podcast?
Probably. So, with regards to that question, yes, there you go.
I was just gonna pin it. Thank you.
Yeah. The only thing wrong with Dennis's podcast is that there are not enough of them. So
that hour goes by so fast too. That hour just goes by.
That hour goes by. But Dennis, you put him out when you got him. You know what? I love waking up in the morning and say, "Oh, Dennis released a podcast." First thing I hit. That's
Jeff,
always.
You catch him on Spotify. Jeff, you catch him on Spotify as well as any other.
He's on. He puts it through Anchor, and I believe it's pushed to Spotify, iTunes. I have it on.
It's on iHeartRadio. That's where I listen to it.
And I have it on Podcast Addict. So there we go.
Hey,
I think the last one was Liberty Cave. Was his last one? I think.
Yes.
That I remember listening to. I'm kind of working backwards.
I'm on.
Hey guys, we're at the top of the hour here. We need to make a decision, and we want to go around.
Listen, 8 of you answered the question. I didn't answer the question.
Then go for it, please.
Have a good night, everybody. So, no, in all seriousness, what I think I could do to continue or to bring interest into the hobby is to say thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Jody.
With regards to bringing people in the hobby or something I can do other people found the link. 73.
I don't have that link.
We should have in the chat. Something. That's it's because okay. we were talking, we were running late, and we forgot to do that. We forgot to get the safety announcement.
I don't forget to do that. All right, so here's your safety announcement.
The safety announcement.
The safety announcement. We'll tack that on later. I usually play it halfway through.
Safety third, man. Safety third.
Safety third. So, what I would do, continue doing what I'm doing. Turn around and say, hey, if you have questions, I'll answer them. Like, hey, what's that hat you're wearing? Like, I'll wear the Ham Fam hat. People ask me what that is. I'll wear the shirts from K8MRD, from Dennis, from all the shirts that I have, all the Ham Radio shirts.
Tank Radio shirt.
You got to send me one. But all the shirts, but all the shirts that I have, right? People ask me, "What's this? What's this?" And yes, the elevator speech. That is correct. The elevator speech is one of them.
This sounds like a Jehovah Witness sales meeting. How do you
More people.
how do you spread the goodness of radio?
So, well, here's the thing, okay?
Ham radio, a pyramid.
Have you met our Lord and Savior, the Baofeng?
So, whatever you're doing, get out, have fun. That's all I can say. Just get out, have fun. Have fun. Fun. That 3-letter F word that we all know. Have fun. Right? Shut up, Carlos. Izzo.
How do you share Jesus?
Let me share with you the good news of our Lord and Savior, the Watt.
I'm agnostic. I prefer VHF.
Guys, save this for next week. Just bottle this up and save it for next week.
So, if somebody steals a Tesla, does that make them an Edison? Anyway, Carlos, what do you got coming up, man?
Oh, that's good.
What do I got coming up? I have 2 videos cooking. One for stuff that I have picked up from a secondhand store that are all ham radio related somehow, and another one. What is the other one? I just made it today. Good God, what did I don't remember what the other one is.
That's okay. When you drop it, it'll drop. That's right.
Exactly.
What's your channel,
Okay.
Carlos?
Say what?
What's your channel? You didn't say your channel.
Life at Terminal Velocity.
Yeah, there it is.
See, go there. Look for some idiot jumping out of an airplane with a radio and trying to make use of. Really, what it boils down to.
Ed,
Very good, Ed. Very good, Ed.
Let me
That's
talk
it.
to you about our Lord and Savior Baofeng. Oh my goodness.
Have you heard the good news, friend?
Yes. So spur your submissions everywhere. Tank, what you got coming up, man?
Coming up next on Monday, this is going to be my regular release night. We are going to go over Field Day, my view on the Winter Field Day of 2021. And I'm also releasing podcasts of all my live stream on the majority of podcasters out there. I'm on Google, I'm on Speaker, I'm on Amazon, I'm on the god-awful Apple and thing, and I'm everywhere. So Tank Radio, all my live streams are going up live. And I got coins on Grapevine Amateur Radio.
Very cool.
Go and pre-order. Whoops, not this coin. This one's mine. Pre-order your coins now. I'm hoping shipping next week.
Awesome. Thanks.
Did you mean Field Day 2022?
Did I
Or are
say
you
20?
like 6 months behind? I'm just
2022.
asking.
2022.
Okay.
He hasn't sent the logs in yet.
Yeah, I said 2021. I haven't sent
You
the
said
logs.
2021, so I'm like, I don't know, man.
I'm
Your
still stuck
schedule
in
might be
2021,
behind.
Man.
Hold on, we got to find out from Steve if your last photo has been posted for likes. Anyway, Tank, always great to have you, man. Aaron,
Love being around.
you got
Well,
anything
probably
coming
just
on?
working on some more homebrew projects, continuing with that tracking unit, and probably doing some more of the extra class study sessions that I've been doing.
Get that extra.
Yeah.
Very cool. What, Carlos?
No, I lost everybody out of nowhere there.
Oh, no, we still had you. It's okay.
You're in
Should
the
we have
cloud.
lost you instead? Daniel.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
It-
Channel's
it-
there. It's
listen.
like a surprise. It's like aliens showing up and abducting you. It
listen,
might happen. It might not. That's what my
We're just
videos
happy
are.
to have you hanging out. That's it.
Right.
It's great to have you, man. Always good to have you, brother. Jim, welcome to the clubhouse, man.
Thank you. When you
about
threw out the
damn
invite, I
time.
was like, I had to come.
It's about time.
I try to spend one night a week with my wife and not watching YouTube. I know it's crazy. Just at least once.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
tonight's not Hallmark night?
No, thank God.
Anything good coming up?
I don't really have a plan. I'm like Dan. I just kind of do something reasonably interesting to me, at least. I don't plan anything. My wife will tell you I just make shit up on the fly every day. It's my whole plan. I did a video on digital modes and Pi-Star last week. I might do another one this week. I don't know. I may play with the oscilloscope. I may electrocute myself on camera. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh,
we
go
go to watch
for it.
that.
Good to
I
go.
mean, I could get the views that way. Bait
And
switch.
Jim's channel, FEP Labs Radio. This is where you go to see all the types of test gear that you should live vicariously through him, because God knows I can't afford Jim's channel. Hey, wait, real quick. So you had an experience. Did they finally? Your shed's complete now, right? Your shack is back together, 110%, and you put the metal reinforcement on so that when the squirrels drop the next limb, it's good.
I went even better. I dynamited their house. I burned that bridge.
Nice. You don't fool
way
around.
to go.
Their home is gone. I evicted them with extreme prejudice.
He went Sean Connery on him. They kill one of ours, kill 3 of theirs.
We put 3 of theirs in the mortgage the Chicago way.
Jim, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Kyle.
Stop texting, Kyle.
Yeah, thanks. Kyle A0Z on YouTube. Just go out there and subscribe. That's all I got.
Trivia coming?
Back, Kyle.
No trivia this week or this month. I got things going on. Maybe next month.
Okay. So for everybody that doesn't know, Kyle does trivia, ham radio trivia. And it's a blast to hang out either in the stream or in the chat and just go on Kahoot and try to answer the questions.
Yep.
That's it. Just try to answer the questions.
That's
just try. Because sometimes you'll win, sometimes you won't. And I can tell you right now that I had a streak for a while, and then it disappeared. I don't know what happened. I think Kyle blocked me from accessing it. I don't know.
No. I'm glad you said trivia, though.
I've got to remember that.
Because I ask you, Kyle, are you going to do trivia this week? Because you're on the calendar.
Yeah, no trivia this. I got some personal stuff going on that I can't do trivia this week.
I understand. I've dropped my game.
He's got a hot date.
I'm going to bring it back this Friday night. My game night's coming back.
All right, so for Tank's game night, check his Twitter. Check out Ham Radio 2.0 Discord in the Tankers channel, and everything going on with that. Tank can explain it in there. Thanks, Tank.
It's on
It's
Twitch.
awesome.
It's on Twitch.
Hold on, Kyle. We are
Yeah.
a ham fam. So what's her name? You got a hot date Friday night. What's her name?
Rosie.
No, I don't. I'll tell you off stream, Daniel, what I'm doing. It's probably.
I don't want to know.
Both hands.
It has to do with my. It has to do with my parents and health-related issues. How about that?
Very
So-
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, now Dan feels bad.
I'm just.
Now Dan feels bad.
I was just making a joke. I was like,
Damn,
got a hot
Dan.
date.
Really?
Izzo,
We're
what
all
you
looking
got?
forward to Kyle
How
having
you
his
doing,
first
Don?
girlfriend.
So everybody knows.
Do you want to meet her? She's upstairs. Do you want to meet her?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
The real doll.
Kyle's like, I ain't never coming on this show again.
I've seen Airplane.
Then you had a cigarette, didn't you?
Ooh. All right, we're closing out here. So Don,
Catch me
you're doing
here.
well, man.
Catch me here on Tuesday nights for now, and we'll talk to everyone soon.
Don, we love you, man.
Thank you.
Just know that. Everybody on the screen, everybody in the chat, everybody here, we all love you. We love everybody. Ham fan forever, right? What is it? Hashtag.
And a congrats to Joe Brett on his 1K.
Oh,
Right.
there.
Very happy.
That was
That was 2 hours ago,
thunder.
bro.
God,
Oh,
listen.
sorry.
If everybody wants to do something nice this week, you know what I want? What I want you to do? Hit Joe Brett up on TikTok. And enhance his. Let's have a friendly. Let's get him some subscribers on TikTok so he can beat Shane. That's all we're gonna say.
Yeah,
All
make
right.
your videos so we can duet them because I sure as heck want to come and make fun of you.
So
They could do live streams on TikTok, right? That
you gotta have a
you
certain
need
number of
1,000
followers,
subs.
blah 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 blah.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
It's much more than pineapple and anything else. That's all we're gonna say. So,
Joe, man, congratulations
What's up?
on 1K.
Thank you. Appreciate
How's the
everybody
rain?
that put that effort in.
How's
It is-
that rain? Is it hailed yet?
Not yet, but I thought it was earlier because I pumped the volume up to 100 and still couldn't hear y'all earlier. But it was just a garden shower. It turned out to be. It's loud on the metal roof. But we, as far as the channel, we're going to drop another repeater book. My last repeater book video for now. Show you how to program some radios really quick, the way I like to do. And we're just going to hang out, do whatever. I don't know.
nothing wrong with that.
Very cool.
Listen to it rain.
Very cool. So, everybody here on the screen, thank you all for hanging out with us. Everybody in the chat, you guys are awesome. Everybody listening on the podcast, keep going, man. It's always
Thank you,
great.
Bear Snack.
Have fun.
Hey, thanks for the welcome too, man. That was awesome.
No problem. T-Ray, since you're late, all right. I
Oh,
don't know if you got.
T-Ray.
Wait. Should T-Ray get empties or the bathrooms?
Ah. Give him the empty so he at least can get some 5 cents out of it. T-Ray, it's called Team Replay, brother. We'll catch you. Thank you.
So everybody that's on Team Replay too, you guys are all awesome as well.
T-Ray's
Listen,
a great guy.
I'm Beer Snack. You catch me on Tuesday nights. You catch me on Thursday nights at the FT8 Off. FT8 Off is a 1-hour sprint where you try to make as many contacts as you possibly can on FT8 or FT4. You can see myself. And you know what? That guy, Jim is there. And Carlos is there sometimes too. And maybe at some point during the stream, Carlos makes a contact. And it's not 50 minutes in. After 50 minutes of finally realizing he's been transmitting into his dummy load. That episode, which I believe was probably almost a year ago. It was almost a year ago at this time.
A year ago now.
But
So
you know what you are guaranteed, Dan?
What?
You're guaranteed that almost every episode, Carlos will stick his foot in his mouth.
Oh, no problem. You know what? That is a guarantee.
Just one goat, one time, Carlos, and that sticks forever, man.
It will. It will never end. The K9OL antenna will forever live on in infamy.
Like
Ladies and gentlemen who have hung out with us for the 2 hours and 10 minutes or 11 minutes that we're up to now, thank you very much. We appreciate everybody. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the button here. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Good night, Sue.